So we're back with a story from the past. Whoa. This would take place at least probably like a year ago, right? I can't remember when you guys said you wanted to meet Briya. Um, but
Let me
yes.
check. I don't know. I think it
Uh,
was
we'll just
40,
say
40s.
we'll just say it was like a year ago because it was four
That
years ago
works.
when you met 4 years ago when you met Gilder, and then it was after that that you met Brian. So I would say it's probably about a year and a half ago from the current point in the campaign when you would have met Brian.
Yeah, I'm still a teenager. I'm a cutesy little mushroom.
Okay.
Hi.
And so what now happens is that you guys are just walking around. You have been you are recently have recently stopped at Lushlug for some food, some rest. You know that town well. It's basically the closest town to where you grew up, Toby. Um, but what you don't know is that now on back on the road, you're actually currently being watched from the grass by a fly, uh, and suddenly it actually seems that there are clouds rolling in, uh, dark ones. How do you think how what do you think your characters would be saying in this moment?
Dark ones? Like dark flies? Or dark
I said
clouds?
dark clouds, yeah. Like
Okay.
it's the weather's about to get bad.
Hmm. Rain doesn't bother me anyway.
Da, da,
Gilder is
da.
more concerned about assassins than the weather.
And now we're gonna turn Briya. What do you think? You are currently sorry, not what you think yet. I will describe. You have been flying around looking for these individuals, and it is in about this moment that you see the those who you're looking for right in a clearing on a path, and you're still hidden in the grass, but you are flying. You aren't walking on the ground. It is pretty hard to get through this thick grass on the ground, and why would you when you're a fly? But the dark cloud does spell some trouble for your flying. What do you think you would do in this moment?
Fly to the last possible second.
So you're just gonna keep flying. Uh,
Mhm.
Suddenly, uh, the it does start raining, and you are actually flying right near them, looking down at them from above when the rain hits your wings and causes you to tumble to the ground in the clearing.
Ouch. That hurt.
You guys can either, if you're like looking around, you'd be able to see her pretty easily. But if you just want to roll perception, if you see her, you can do that as well to depending on whether or not you think you would have been paying attention. If you think you would be
The
paying
question
attention, then you would have just seen her.
the
One
question
moment, I
is,
just realized I didn't have my character sheet pulled up, so I'm just waiting for that to load.
Actually, I'm gonna ask, did we see her crash?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that you would see her crash onto the ground if you were actually like generally being perceptive of the area around you, and you have a fairly high passive perception, so I think you would notice.
I know I was
I
being perceptive because of the assassins.
I would say, are you okay? I saw you crash. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I'm
It's kind of
fine.
rainy out here to fly, friend.
Identify yourself.
How are you
I didn't
such a...
notice.
Okay, one sec. Gilder, why is your perception so low if you're always paranoid?
Because he's
Paranoid means he's constantly looking out. Doesn't mean he's good at it.
yeah. I was gonna say, in fact, people who are most paranoid. I think a prime example of low perception paranoid, or at least low insight paranoid, Dale from King of the Hill.
Schizophrenia.
He's very paranoid, but he has no idea what's going on.
True. Okay. Scene. What did you say last night?
Why did you ask me to identify myself?
Don't mind him. He's a bit paranoid because of thinking everything's out to kill him because of his wife.
It's not my fault she sent assassins after me.
Suddenly, the rain starts to get even harder, and you actually get the feeling that this might be a storm that might require you to take shelter somewhere. It's actually going on pretty thick at this point, and there's actually, while a human-sized creature wouldn't notice too much, it is flooding for you. Like, it is basically already up to your shins for some of you. Uh, for Gilder, it's really just just the bottoms, just his feet, but still concerning.
One thing
Okay.
before we move on. Does that look like a spider to anyone else?
Oh, sorry.
No.
That was not actually meant to be there yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've actually don't actually. This is a very improv session. I had considered, but I don't know what's gonna happen. So that might be used later. But that I just forgot to clean that up from earlier. So don't read into that yet. It's
Threatening
not
us.
actually there.
Um,
So
okay,
I'm
so
the only one who noticed that, really?
I've got a lot on my screen right now.
Much like Gilder, I'm not that good at perceiving things.
Why am I always the one with the best perception? Okay, back to character. We should find a hole or a cave or something until this, or like a high point. It seems to. We don't want to drown. Actually, I don't know if I can drown. I think I float.
Oh, I'm sorry. Out of character. Can they smell me?
Oh yeah. You guys both have to make Constitution. Well, no,
Yeah,
not
since this
you,
is
Toby. Gilder doesn't yet because I think it's within 5 feet, right? Is it 10? Wait, let me check. Really quick.
I'd rather not. My con is -1.
I
You just
know.
basically keep making them until you succeed.
Is a 15 good enough?
Okay. So how long has it, Briya? How long do you think it would have been since last time you were able to take to really clean yourself?
It's
I mean,
a
does
few
the
days.
rain count?
It just
That's a good
started
one.
raining. It just started raining. So it will be able to count if it will take the water will take some of the stench away after it's been going for a bit, but when they first interact with you, it hasn't started really pouring that much yet. So how many days do you think it would have been?
3 days.
3 days. So that would be yeah. So 15 would be enough then. Actually, 15 is the highest it can possibly be, so... Though I might want to
Perfect.
add PB to that down the line for higher levels. So yeah, you make that
And
save. You do notice because because myconids can perceive scent in my version of myconids at least. So you would notice that she smells, but to the degree in which that bothers you, that's up to you.
I mean, I'm a mushroom. I don't. We deal with putrid things all the time. Or
Yeah,
time. So it's
you
like probably
and
just smells familiar on anything.
and you grew up with fungus farmers, so you actually would be aware of like the scent of manure and stuff, and you would have grown up around. So that would explain why you're not really bothered by her scent because you've grown
I'm
up
sorry.
with poop.
It
But did
smells
y'all
like
just
home.
compare?
Hmm?
I
I
said it smells like
Uh,
home.
I'm not saying that your character smells like poop. I'm just saying he would be used to bad smells.
okay, are you relaying this information out loud, or are you just keeping it to yourself?
I'm just basic. My comment is, oh, you smell like home.
Would Gilder have a sense on what home smelled like to Toby?
You would get the idea that. Oh, well, I would say that you guys have hung out for quite a while now. It's been 3 years, or almost 3 years. So he probably has related a lot of his backstory to you, at least about him, at least the stuff that he's like, that's
I
directly
know.
aware of. Like, he would be like, oh, yeah, I grew up with my parents who were fungus
Okay.
farmers. Uh,
So, with that
I was
information, then Gilder's going to
adopted.
back up a little bit further.
Is Toby the kind of character? So Toby is the kind of character who would know he's adopted. He wouldn't be like, "Wait, I'm adopted," when his different species parents say, like
Oh,
I
Kung Fu
mean,
Panda,
I don't.
Poe.
I mean, to be honest, I don't look like a bug. I don't smell like a bug. And I look like the things we grow. So I think he's smart enough to put two and two together.
I
You
think
are
I
a
might be
In fact,
self-aware mushroom.
actually, um, you had just recently you had when you back when you were actually just recently visiting home, so you would actually have some of their crop with you, uh,
Nice.
if you chose to as some food. Um, the
Would you like? Would you like some mushroom?
you
I'll just
actually
pretend they're my rations.
Mm,
they basically count as rations. They are it is you would know that they are the Oraporta mushrooms, um, and they taste very good. They have a
Are
bit of a golden color to
you
them.
are you a cannibal?
It's not cannibalism to eat a mushroom if you're a myconid. That's like that's they're completely different types of fungus. That's like saying a human is a cannibal for eating an animal, because funguses are about as related to each other as we are to animals. So
I will say this. As far as I know, I'm the only one of my kind, so I don't think it's cannibalism. I'm just a magic mushroom, as far as I know.
It's only
that's
wrong
what
if someone has a problem with
your
it.
parents actually your adopted parents actually told you, because like they they when you were growing up they actually told you that is how you were made, as like a bedtime story. They told you that you were made by someone who uh, loved the mushroom so much that they magically imbued them with life, and they just told that to you as a bedtime story.
It's an old druid mushroom druid. I mean, I'm gonna insert this now since this is how I learned my druid stuff. Since they're farmers, like it's just an old mushroom druid tale. I
Oh
was
yeah,
loved so much, I
yeah.
was turned into a living mushroom.
That's they from an outside looker perspective. It's would be it would seem pretty obvious that they were just telling a bedtime story. Whether or not you believe that, like in fully in your heart, is just what happened, that you're just like someone loved a mushroom and magically brought to life is up to you. But you would indeed have learned about mushrooms and like your connection with them from your
Mhm.
parents who are mushroom farmers. So that would be
Yeah.
probably what got you to be able to use your druidic abilities. Uh,
Mhm.
Perhaps some mentoring
Hey.
of druids within your life,
Oh,
your long life.
I was inserting like since they were like mushroom farmers, they could also be like druids too. It's like
Yeah,
it's not too far fetched.
I think that they would be low level druids. They'd probably have
Yeah.
like one level in druid, one or two. They haven't like really your parents wouldn't have really like gone into like get it, like the deeper magic behind it, but they would have enough to be have a green thumb druid craft kind of being able to help them with
Hmm.
their farming,
Yeah, that makes sense.
or I guess a
Anyway,
gold thumb for the mushrooms.
gold thumb.
Uh,
So he holds out a mushroom and says, "By the way, I'm Toby."
It's nice to meet you, Toby.
do you
I'm
take
Briya.
the mushroom?
No, thank you.
Okay, Gilder, you want more mushroom?
Huh?
Yeah, I said, Gilder, do you want more mushroom?
Oh, I know, that was Gilder's reaction.
Ah,
He
he's
was
holding out a
focused on watching
mushroom.
the tree line. Has
What was that?
Gilder had the mushrooms before, or has he been paranoid? I don't know yet.
I don't think he'd be paranoid of. I don't think he'd have a reason to not trust. Like you've been friends for 3 years. I
Oh,
don't
right, it has
think.
been 3 years.
Yeah, I don't think you would be untrustful full of Toby at this point. I mean, that's up to you, but
He's gonna, like, blindly reach for the mushroom while watching the still unidentified
you
creature that fell out of the sky.
you probably had some when you first picked that. Like you've probably had some multiple times within the past, and probably have had some just within the last day or so since getting the new badge. I would assume, unless you
Yeah.
decide your character was afraid of them for some reason. Uh,
I don't think he'd be afraid of it for 3 years consistently.
yeah. Uh,
I decided myself.
anyone who eats the mushroom would feel the effects of a short rest. Um, that's
Wow, these are powerful mushrooms.
They don't actually have any magic to them. It is a kind of a pseudo magic where it's kind of like how some like if you can think about how like some like plants and animals in nature have like elements of like advanced like technological capabilities that like stuff that we can only do with like technology. It's kind of like that with magic where like uh, it's not magic, but it is creating a similar effect, just like through its biology of like making you feel rested.
Or energy bar.
Uh, it is combined with the fact that you're not in a high like active situation. You couldn't just pop one of these in the middle of combat and get a full short rest. But you do imagine like if you have your stockpile of these and then you have like a good 10 minutes or so to sit down and eat one, you probably would get that short rest.
So speed up a normal short rest, but not in a
Basically,
combat.
it's
Yeah,
it's just a really
that's
good
valid.
mushroom. Just a good mushroom.
I mean,
Um, and you through this talking, the water is now above your shins, Toby and Briya, and for Gilder, it is now almost at his shins.
okay, let's get going. This place is flooding. Let's find some high ground
I will put Toby
so we
on my
don't
head.
die to Anakin. I'm gonna crawl onto Gilder's shoulders.
Oh, I already said that I just put you there. You don't have a choice.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Now he likes it.
The
Briya,
only reason I took you off during the last session was I didn't want to get shot.
Briya, what about you? Do you think you're going to keep following these two that, or do you think that you are going to uh, put off being with these two to instead go just focus on getting somewhere safe by yourself for during the storm?
I'd focus on going off on my own
Okay,
and
so
finding my own safe space.
And the campaign's derailed.
no, that's fine. So Briya, you have at your size, you would just be able to probably find uh, a any sort of thicker part of grass that you could just climb up and just hold on to. You don't have a climbing speed, but you'd be able to work something out just in the grass where, as long as the rain doesn't get too high, you'd be fine. Um, though with Gilder's size, he probably wouldn't be able to have that same option. And Toby, you're actually luckily you're on Gilder's back because you would actually have a really hard time walking with your buoyancy. It would kind of feel like uh, walking with flotation device on
Moon.
your feet, basically.
Yeah, true. In some occasions, it does not serve to be buoyant.
So what do I have to roll?
What are you just going? What are you attempting to like? What are you trying to do for this during the storm? What is your? Are you just gonna go in the grass somewhere, try to hold on?
Time.
Whatever you want, whatever you're just you can just describe whatever you want to do, and then roll either a survival. Yeah, no, just survival. Roll survival, and then what Gilder and Toby, you can let me know what you think, what you're attempting to do about this storm.
I'm looking for a high place.
Climbing up the grass.
Briya,
Talent.
you actually end up getting swept away by the rain, and you are pushed out uh, down the road. Actually, a ways by the now kind of having a current water because you are fell on your. Oh, why is it big? Gosh.
Why is she elongated?
And so you're actually being pushed down the. This isn't actually what the area you're in looks like necessarily. This is kind of just representative, but you're actually being pushed down the pathway because you slipped onto your back and the water's just pushing you. It's actually the current of this rainwater is actually seeming pretty strong. If you weren't if anybody fell over, they would be Toby. Definitely would just uh,
Well,
float right away down the. But with Gilder's size and weight and the fact that he's carrying Toby, kind of weighs him down, so he's able to hold his ground. You
I'm
would
looking
see
for-
Briya get whisked down and down the road.
I'm looking for a tall rock. Like something super tall we can all just stand on while while the rain's happening.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if this rock is good.
That rock, you could get on that now. Okay, I will say this area isn't necessarily what the area looks like, but there would be a rock kind of that about that size in the area. When I do this campaign, a lot of the maps will just be a general battle map, and the rest will be kind of theater of the mind. So it's not necessarily, but there is those kind of rocks are all over the place. That one is about a little over an inch in height. So as long as there isn't more than the rain doesn't get more than an inch deep, you imagine that rock There's the one that's off the side of the path would get you out of the water. But you also would have to be concerned. It is in a fairly clear area, so you would have the concern of water, of just the rain, with just the size of the raindrops just hitting you really hard on that rock and maybe making it slippery and you falling off.
Super tall. Something that will protect us from getting drowned even further. I don't think that the rock's tall enough.
And
I mean,
with
Toby's
that,
acting like a rain hat right now.
with that perception check, you are able to see down the road. There is actually a not a house, some form of bug made structure.
I'd say let that way. Also, our friend's floating away.
Our,
Like
I
whichever
didn't even,
direction the house structure is, where I point, but it'll take either that way or that. I don't know. There wasn't a direction set.
This is
It-
just represented. This is just an area to put your tokens. Really, it's not really representing the area, but just for the sake of saying it, it would be okay. Well, actually, this is important for the directions. With this being with like the, with this being with up being north and stuff. That
Mhm.
that is heading the path is heading. Is actually the path you're on currently is actually going down and forks. One of the forks going east and one of the forks going south. And the structure is on the side of the fork that goes south, and that's like the main path down right now. And then there's another path that branches off to the. So you'd basically be pointing south.
Okay, I'm pointing south. There's a structure that way, and also our friend's floating away. Our new friend is floating away.
I didn't think that conversation was long enough to make her friend with either of us, but okay.
Shrooms.
I think
Toby's
she's
an
a potential.
optimist.
Yes, I'm one of Isaiah's characters. Yay!
Gotta appreciate the optimists. So
Help.
Briya, you are being pushed down this path at a rapid rate. You not rapid, probably like like a good about the same as like your full movement speed every 6 seconds. So kind of like as if you were running, but you're actually on your back. The water's pushing you, and you do see that same
Help.
structure.
What's her movement speed?
25.
Oh, I'm way faster. You're fine. I can catch up
I mean,
easy.
we don't know how fast she's floating down the river, though.
Isaiah just said her full movement speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably.
I can't think of
Well, it's when I said full moon speed, I more meant dashing. So she is probably like going about 50, though I guess probably more like 40. You're probably going about 40 every 6 seconds of flying down, and you would have there are rocks and stuff on the pathway, but they're pretty small, and so you imagine it would be hard to steady yourself with one of them, but you could attempt to grab onto one of those rocks. You could also attempt to just try really hard to push yourself off your back, but if you do so, you will be basically up to your knees at this point in water, and it might be hard to stay upright anyway. So whatever you do, you are very limited. You're in a basically, this could be a very dangerous situation depending on how things turn. You're not necessarily, you wouldn't necessarily feel like you're about to die, but it's not necessarily
feel like
off
I'm
the
about to
table
die.
with how fast you're being rushed around. It's basically feels like you're flowing down a river with rocks in it. So
I'm
pretty
being
dangerous.
waterboarded, yes.
So
you have a rope,
Gilder.
Gilder?
Sorry.
Oh, Gilder
Did
can
not
literally
mean to
just
hit
grab her.
that.
Gilder,
What?
Gilder, your movement speed is not your movement speed would is not it's not as easy to run in water this deep that is basically almost not knee height for you, but getting up there. So I would need you if you want to attempt to grab her. I'm gonna need you to make both an athletics and an acrobatics check. Make both, and then I'll average them out.
I was gonna
ooh,
say, throw me. I'm gonna turn into a snake,
athletics
but I
not as good.
realize I can wrap myself around and you could pull me.
Mm.
But the problem is I can't turn into a snake because they have a swimming speed.
Oh, everything's on advantage.
No, you can turn into it. You can turn into not a. You wouldn't be a snake, but you can turn into like an
I
inchworm.
yeah,
You,
like
You
an
should
inch.
be
I was
able to
saying,
turn advantage off.
yeah, I'm gonna turn
Yeah, I just
myself
turned it
into an
off.
inch, like the equivalent of like an inchworm snake thing that's just long enough that he can throw me and I can wrap myself around her and he can pull her.
yeah, you're able to turn into you're able to turn into an inchworm that uh that is actually that the unit of in fun fact in this world the unit of measurement called an inch is actually named after the length of an inchworm, and it just happens to coincide with the human definition of an inch, but that's why the bugs call it an inch. Because
Okay,
inchworms
can't I
actually
just
came
use?
before inches in the bug world. But yeah, you do turn into an inchworm, and with that, I need you to attempt to make a acrobatics check, um, to try to see if you can grab onto her from Gilder's back. Gilder, you are
Didn't I just
able
use
to run, but
precision
you're
pounce before?
what?
What?
Did I just use my precision pounce ability?
That using that from the water. Um, I would
The jump wouldn't be as hard as the landing, is what I
I'm just
think.
saying,
I
throw
would say
me.
that you would be able to jump, but whether or not you're going to be able to stand after you land in such an environment would require a disadvantage acrobatics check.
Gilder,
I can take
throw
that.
me. Gilder, throw me. Are you not noticing
Okay.
the worm on your back now?
Okay.
Gilder, throw me.
I heard you the first time. I was just talking about something else.
If you're throwing him and he's not and you're not throwing yourself, then Gilder, I need you to make a sleight of hand check as you're you can jump, and how about you use your jump to get close enough and then you can throw the end like whip out
I mean,
Toby.
I feel like he should be doing, like, I should be doing a sleight of hand to make sure I grab onto her well.
Oh yeah. So you'll okay. Well, first off, let's have Gilder make the check to see if he's able to throw you out properly in her
Also, what
general
am I
direction.
Sleight
using
of
for?
hand.
Also, what am I
Sleight of hand.
using
You
for
said?
my stats? I'm turned into a worm. Am I going to use a snake?
I would say use a yeah. Do they have like a cobra, like one of the big snakes, like not sorry, python stats?
I'm looking. I know there is one. Just yeah, if I
Okay,
can do
you
it.
are easily able to cast out Toby. Now, Toby, you have to attempt to do a sleight of hand to grab.
Okay, the closest thing I could find quickly right now. Oh, I got a poisonous snake right now. That's the closest thing I can find right now. What's in my?
Yes. Poison him. That's a
so-
great idea.
I'll just use the stats of that right now, and then find a python later. So it's so I'm doing a sleight of hand. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do advantage because he casted you out so well. You're basically right on her. You just have to be able to grab her and hold on to her.
Okay. Snake's not proficient in that, so it's just straight dex check. 20. And I'll have to roll this twice. Plus 3. Okay, what did I... Oh, I typed in rolling. The act of doing it. Okay, so here's the first one. That is horrible. Here's okay, advantage 18.
You're able to grab her. Now, as this happens, you are just now landing, Gilder. I need you to make a disadvantage acrobatics check as you're landing from a jump into such rapid water to see if you're able to stay upright.
11.
I'm screaming.
That is not enough, as you all do tumble. But since you are running in the direction, thankfully you actually do end up tumbling right into that structure. All of you just kind of wrapped together as a inchworm and mantid and a volar fly folk.
Dumpster diver.
Let's see, Python. Looking for a Python.
The structure does have some stone stairs of a foundation leading up to it. So you basically just like roll up the stairs, kind of cartoon style. And but the stairs, most of the stairs are covered in water at this point. So you basically only end up rolling up like one of the stairs because you basically kind of just got flooded into it by the water.
Nice.
Any of you who are now looking around would see that this appears to be some sort of bar or tavern. Maybe they even have an inn.
Does Taylor have to make a con save now, or am I still far enough away?
Oh no, you had to make con save. You are basically wrapped up with her.
Oh wait, that's disadvantage. That's still gonna be a 10.
Yeah, so you are going to take some damage. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No, yeah, you still, even though she was just cleaned, it's still the con save would still be. So you're going to take her damage for that. Oh wait, no, it's not damage. It's just poison. You're just poisoned.
Poison.
Yeah, so you just have the poison condition. So basically in combat that's a lot, but right now you basically just have disadvantage on like attack rolls or whatever poison does. So it's not really affecting you too much. But you do get it. But okay, it's not affecting you much in terms of mechanics, but you would immediately notice a very not as rank as it would have been before the rain, but a stench.
Okay, so as soon as Gilder on his back enters the tavern, he sits there for a second and then just
Smells like home, yeah?
What does home smell like to you?
Mushrooms.
And while the stench, while she got cleaned a little bit by the rain, she also is like her fur is all wet, so it would kind of have like the wet dog effect of like kind of.
It's just drive heave a little bit.
Okay, the closest thing we got to a python is a constrictor snake.
And Briya, you might have just had your life saved at this point by these two.
As someone who was married to royalty for all of 30 minutes, he is not used to smells like these.
What?
Royalty?
For about 30 minutes. She was the queen of my tribe. I think that's what it was said. Yeah. Reading the message about my ex-wife that Isaiah sent me a while ago, she was in fact the queen of my tribe. So I was married to royalty for about 30 minutes.
And you would have had actually the beforehand of before the actual like marriage, you would have had the royal treatment for a while things were all getting prepared. So you basically do have a decent amount of experience with living in royalty.
Yeah, even more point of him just he's absolutely driving right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you for
This
saving
tavern.
me. I'm going to leave now. Sorry.
What? Uh,
And I went up the stairs.
where'd you go?
Up the stairs.
Just into the tavern.
Yes, further in.
Yeah. The this place has a lot of bugs. It is not abandoned. It is not slow. It actually seems a lot of people are here because of the rain, but also there's just this is just seems to be a popular place. I mean, it's right on the side of a main path. It's so you imagine it gets a lot of foot traffic. Uh, the person tending the bar right now is an Asilid. That's basically the lanky fly folk. Um, he appears to have a he has a mug that he's cleaning in his hand, and he's where his clothes are red, um, and he's got a not not a lot of hair, but kind of styled. Like he has like a few long strands of hair on the top of his head that are kind of like styled out, like the
In a comb
classic.
over?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not a comb over because it's not coming from the side. It's more like the hair. I guess that's still a comb over. That like he has the hair coming out the middle, but then combs it down over the sides. So I guess that's still comb over. When I think of comb over, I think of like the classic like you only having hair on like the sides of the head and then you covering the top with that. But this is basically the opposite of that. It's growing out the middle. But yeah, so he's got that, and he does see you tumble in and doesn't really seem to think much of it. It's kind of like that happens, and he's kind of used to it because maybe even that's why I bought the place here is because such easy for newcomers to just stumble in. You do see a sign, and if you read the sign, it would say that this is this is called the Pebble. Is the name of this tavern.
The pebble. I don't
Oh,
know it.
I, the player, just realized I may have hurt the character's feelings. Mm.
After a long time of consideration, your brain you're like, oh, why did she run off? And your brain's like, oh, wait, maybe.
Oh no, Gilder will never realize this. I, the person, just realized this, though.
Oh yeah. Though Toby is very perceptive with emotions, he probably would be aware that you hurt her feelings, even in an inchworm form. Though
I mean, I would
we
have
play
dropped the
with
inch
the
word.
we do play with the you can't talk while in wild shape ruling. So
I do still have my psychic abilities. I have telepathy, and the ruling is if it does not require like motions of hands or anything, you can still use it. Like if you're doing like a barbarian rage,
oh yeah,
still active.
yeah, that's fine. You can use your telepathy.
So it's like, yeah, and Gilder's probably used to it by now. It's like, just throw me.
Oh yeah, but I also meant like yeah, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that's how you would have communicated for him to throw you.
I would have also dropped the wild shape by now since we entered an inn.
You turn from being a bestial inchworm into a humanoid, or I guess in this bugoid mushroom folk. And as you do this, the people some of the people in this tavern actually look over, seemingly not actually having seen a mic in it before. But a lot of them just don't really mind. Back to Briya. Briya, would you be going up to the bartender to ask anything, or where would you be heading in this moment?
I would be going to either a corner to hide or up whatever stairs need
You
be
actually
to hide in
you
the
actually
darkest inkling.
you actually see a nice booth that specifically doesn't have a light over it that you could hide and just kind of sit there and just watch the crowd from. Um, this is the tavern keepers know that some people like to brood, so they create spots like that.
I thought I was.
I will because I will just drag Gilder over to her booth, and it's
Where are we going?
Hold up. I don't want to watch the crowd though. I want to be in hiding.
Well, I didn't say watch. I didn't say that. I'm just saying this is a dark a booth. What you want to
booth.
do from the booth is up to you, but that would probably be the best place to hide in this place because there is no light over the area and it's kind of in the back. If you wanted to go up and see if they have rooms available, you could probably do that too, because it did seem like the sign said like the Pebble Tavern and Inn.
I just drag Gilder with me to follow her. It's like
Gilder has no idea why he's being dragged, or how Toby is dragging him.
Oh well, I'm gonna be
I'm
crying
just
in whatever
imagining like
corner I'm in.
I'm just like imagining it like a little child. It's like, come on, follow me. We should like hang with this person. They're really
You're
cool.
half my size, and also you flashed your character sheet. You're supposed to be weaker than me. I don't know how to do
Dragging people places is my thing.
it.
I am the equivalent to the size of a child. Children drag bigger people all the time.
Mind
Gilder's
you,
talented.
we let
Grab and
the
strangle.
children drag us.
Yeah, because people don't want to wrestle with a child. It looks bad. I'm the equivalent of a teenager though, but I have the heart of a kind person. Anyway, he's dragging Gilder with him, and it's like, hey, can we sit with you? You're a cool person. Also, you smell nice.
I have to roll the con
I'm
save
hooked
again,
up
don't
to
I?
my tears. I don't think so.
I just re-entered the rage, and I haven't failed, and I haven't succeeded yet.
Oh yeah, you have to
Oh.
do it again.
Oh,
Oh no.
the
Gilder.
mushroom Gilder ate a little bit ago. God.
Yeah, that mushroom, the Oraporta is now puked up. Uh,
This is not going well. One guy who thinks you smell nice, and the other guy's just throwing up.
I'm sorry, is he throwing up as he approaches?
he throws up when it gets within the range of you.
As soon as
Did
he's
he
within.
throw up on me?
I mean, that's up
No,
to
he's
him
being
where he threw
dragged
up.
behind Toby, so he really just throws up on himself behind Toby.
Yeah, he's behind me. I'm dragging him like a child.
So Gilder just stares at the throw up on his chest and just, oh, come on, man!
As you do so, the bartender looks over and sees this, and he walks out with a couple of drinks, and he says, "Oh, it's one of those days for you." Well,
I
I
think
think
this
you
one
need
needs
this.
like some ginger root.
He
Points to Gilder.
he gives any he says that you can each have a drink on the house.
Oh, thank you. I don't know if I'm old enough to drink.
Gilder's gonna have
Myconids,
Toby taste a little bit, just to
you're
make sure it's not
even though
poisoned.
even though you're not an adult like Myconid, you're also not like your biology doesn't really. So I mean, I don't know. That's kind of up to you. If you would be like, oh, like, sorry, I'm not old enough to drink. Like, yeah, no, I basically that's up to you. Your parents probably would have. Yeah, you know what? With your parents, I would say that your parents would treat you as one of their own, and for your parents,
This is why I
you
picked
would
that
be
race
old enough
because
to
they're long
drink.
lived.
If
Okay.
you were a Hemitarian, you would be old enough to drink. So they would probably treat you as being old enough to drink.
Okay. Yeah, the kind of way I picked that race is because it's like it makes sense for the age range.
Uh,
But okay. I guess I can drink. I don't know. I could drink, but I think this one really needs some ginger root before he drinks any alcohol.
oh,
Yeah,
ginger
I like
root.
some.
We have some of that in the back. He walks into the back and he comes back with a cup of this liquid that is it is ginger. It has clearly has ginger in it, but it also has just a giant chunk of a ginger root cut and placed into the cup. The cup itself is interesting. It is blown glass, but it's in the shape of a seed, like one of the
Ooh, cool.
like kind of like a nut kind of seed. So
Oh,
it's
that's cool.
and it's even got a little lid that looks like like one of those little acorn tops.
Okay.
Even
Is
though
Toby resistant or anything to poison?
I wish he was. It would make more sense for my kind to be resistant to some form of poison.
you know what, well, let's see. I would
Can I
say
make? I would definitely subtract when I get in higher like PBC. I would definitely take a resistance as an option on the list instead of like one of the spore options.
yeah, I might let you do that when you get leveled up eventually.
Okay, I
Uh,
like that plan.
I was gonna have Gilder force Toby to drink some of his drink to make sure it's not poisoned.
I okay. So I would say, how much is the ginger root drink, good sir?
It's on the house.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, and what for you, young lady? And then he walks up and he has to make a con save. He does manage to
Oh, it's
succeed.
fine.
He braces himself, but he's like kind of just like nods it off. This is a bar. He is used to people who smell like people who go to bars. Frankly, you smell better than some of the people in here. So he just kind of hands you. He just kind of walks up to you and asks you if you'd like a drink, Briya.
I shake my head.
Yeah, fair enough. This is kind of becoming a southern accent the more I do it, but
I'm okay with
I can
that.
exaggerate my accent if you need.
I'm I'm
he walks back off and he says, if you ever want a drink, lady, you can have one on the house. The rest of you, I am running a business, so if you want anything else, you will have to pay for it. We have food. We also have rooms, and we even have a brand new um gosh dang it, what is it called? Uh, oh, it's, a brand new dessert called the creme brulee.
I'll take one.
Are you
Gilder's.
sure that it is a little pricey? That's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you at least a silver piece.
I'm good with that. I like trying sweet things.
Um, you can. Do you only have gold pieces? If so, you
I
can
only gold
change it for.
pieces.
If you only have gold pieces, he would give you change. Um, but basically, it's one silver piece. You can do that in your inventory.
Yep.
Uh, and he walks out for a bit, and you have some moments to talk amongst each other while that's being made.
Gilder's
Just
just
scoot
staring
further
at
into
his
the
drink,
booth.
just thinking whether or not it's poisoned.
Should be good. Drink it. It should fix your vomiting problem.
If you drink it,
As soon as I drink this, I'm rolling another con save.
you get an advantage on it after drinking that.
Okay, fine, I'll drink it. Advantage on the con save, but I have -1, 2. Okay, that works.
Yep, you are able to brace yourself. You no longer barf.
Gilder has finally stopped heaving. And is now just staring into the drink, waiting for the imaginary poison to kick in.
How you feeling, Gilder? You feel better now?
Feel terrified.
Okay, he's normal. So, Briya, what brings you in these parts of the world we live in? Wait,
I
did she
peek
actually
my head
introduce
out.
herself? Did she actually introduce
I
herself to us?
did.
Okay.
I
How's
peek
it?
my head out. And say, oh, nothing. No reason.
Are you an adventurer like us? We're just traveling the world trying to help people. As I also help this guy's fear of his ex-wife sending assassins at him.
Not an irrational fear.
No, I just fly to and fro, see things, see people, see bugs.
I see. Do you wanna join us? We have fun traveling across to and throw. It kind of sounds like you do that already.
The
Yeah.
bartender, as you're in the middle of when you're talking, the bartender comes back with a little cup. This cup is actually made out of the innards of out of a small seed, cut and polished, um, and it contains interesting looking dessert. Uh, he hands it to you, Toby, with a spoon that's carved out of a dried grass sort of thing with gosh, what's it called? You know, the process to make it so it lasts and is able to resist the water and stuff. Polished and stuff, not polished, but you know, like with the oils or whatever they use. Um, and he says, the creme brulee for you. This is made from the finest aphid eggs, and
Mhm.
flower nectar. Uh, we pulverize them in a mortar and pestle, and then use a little bit of fire to get that burnt crisp you see on the top there. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you kindly for your patronage. And if you want a room or anything, just come talk to me. I'll be out serving the bar. And he leaves.
Thank you. Anyway,
While they're talking, Gilder's going to quickly surveil the room for anyone that looks like they may be an assassin.
Do a perception check.
Always have to make sure. Hey, that's
No.
at advantage again. I forgot to turn that off.
not an advantage.
Yeah, you don't see anyone else that like seems interested in you in this bar outside of the people who are weirded out a little bit by seeing a Myconid. No one, none of the other. They don't really seem to be taking notes of you. Really, it's just you and Briya and Toby. They're just kind of talking here at this point. The bartender's not even really paying attention to you at this point either.
Okay, he immediately returns to staring into his drink until acknowledged.
So I'm gonna say this. What's your story, Briya? What kind of person are
Oh,
you?
nothing. Oh, nothing. Um, is your friend used to having puke on him?
Oh, have I not turned that off yet?
Can we get a towel over here, like a napkin or
Oh,
something?
I have a mess kit in my inventory. As soon as Gilder remembers the puke, he's immediately gonna start wiping it off.
A mess kit. Or a mess.
Yes.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
you have a nice little cloth that you have that's made out of grass fibers and stuff. Um, that's able to absorb some of the barf, and you imagine should be able to be washed out later.
Gilder's
Do I
only
get?
comment after wiping it off is just, I'm used to having blood on me, not vomit.
Uh, okay, I'm gonna just start asking questions. Does Toby kind of get a feeling that Briya is kind of a loner? Like she's kind of alone yet lonely?
I have not been paying
I
attention.
guess whether or not you're able to pick up what you're able to pick up would be like that's kind of you could make. I'm not gonna like. I would be able to
That's like
say
a
you'd be able to make an insight check, but what kind of exactly about that is, I would say, up to Luvpsyche about like whether or not you're able to pick up that she's lone, like she's wants friends or something, any of that kind of stuff. I don't know, what all you'd be able to pick up. That's kind of up to Luvpsyche of what she wants you to be able to roll for in that regard. Like, I'm not gonna tell her how to roleplay a character.
That's say what you want me to do. Do you want me to do some insight checks? Do you want me to? What do you want me to do?
You could roll an insight, but unless you're blind, you probably would be able to tell.
Well, passively have a 15, so I don't think I'm
You probably wouldn't
blind.
need to roll. You would just
So it's
Gilder
like
would be,
you'd be able to pick up
Gilder
that
would need
she
to roll.
seems to be the loner type, but also not, probably not wanting to be.
I know. I'm like, so do you want some friends? We could be your friends.
Wait, I exploded out of my head. What?
That-
Why
We
would you
kind of
want to
see.
be my friend?
I don't know. I think you're cool. You smell nice. You can
Your
fly.
friend just cute times just coming near me. Are you sure?
Actually,
I mean, to
technically, you
be fair,
puked the
there's no
once.
real evidence that you were the cause. It may have just been coincidence.
It's probably just coincidence. I don't know. Would. I don't. He might just be. He might just have a stomach bug. It's probably his nerves.
Gilder is still just staring into his drink.
Gilder, join the conversation. Have a chat with Briya, our new friend.
Are you an assassin sent by my ex-wife?
I'm not an assassin. If that helps,
This implies you were sent
I
by my
wouldn't
ex-wife.
be here.
Yeah, Briya
I
doesn't
wouldn't.
look. You would not get any sort of assassin vibe off her. She, even though she does look physically capable, she doesn't look like an assassin.
I look like a wet dog. How do I look physically capable of that?
Because I mean, I guess you might
You
not
have a
look
higher
super physically
strength set,
capable, but
I think, than both of us.
she's kind of. I guess she's probably got kind of a sleeper build. Uh,
I mean, you said you were a dex fighter, didn't you? What's your strength set?
If she's a strength fighter, she has 16 strength. Her dex is
Oh,
15.
right. No, I keep remembering Dex for some reason. Never mind. Yeah, you have a higher strength than both of us, so there's that at least.
But why would you
Significantly
want to be my
higher.
friend?
I don't know.
What?
I say, looking at the mantis.
What did you say? He went back to staring at his drink, and I definitely wasn't playing Minesweeper this time. This isn't even sarcasm. I actually wasn't playing Minesweeper. I just zoned out.
Why would you want to be my friend?
Obi looks at him.
Gilder does not
Hey.
know how to socialize at all, dude.
It's like nodding to him, like, you can do it. You can do it. He's like, he's doing like a little bit of a nod, like, go ahead, go ahead.
If
You
you
can do it.
try to encourage him, he's going to say his mind. You don't want him to speak his mind.
He's just like giving you an
still
encouraging
scared.
nod. Go for it. It's like he's giving you an encouraging nod, filling you with courage. I should be a bard at this
I'm
point.
still kind of scared. You are visibly stronger than me. I have no idea where you came from.
Is this him saying that out loud?
Yes, you gave him an encouraging nod. I warned you if you did that, he would just say what he's trying not to say.
At least you spoke your mind, I guess.
Meanwhile, a cricket chirps in the background. An actual cricket person, because they're just singing. But they get no. Actually, sorry. There's actually currently a live comedy show, and the one doing the comedy is a cricket folk. And he gets up there, and to introduce himself, he starts just making some noise by chirping. And that happens right at the moment that this is all happening.
Nice.
And then the comedy show starts, and he says, "Hey, what's going down, all you bug folks? It's me, James G. Cricket."
Second, I was expecting the zippy voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, he has a zippy voice. Hey, folks, it's me, James G. Cricket, here to lighten up your moods. Can I get some noise? Then I'll make it myself. It kind of evolved into a different voice, and then he makes the cricket noise.
Gilder has taken this opportunity to continue staring into his drink.
That was a good start, Gilder. Now continue. Continue.
What? I said what I had to say.
Yes, but conversations are not just one sentences.
They are.
Why am I the one talking right now?
Because the mushroom shouldn't be the only one talking.
Sorry, I'm not used to people being
Gilder
gone.
sinks further into his chair.
Well, Briya, you are kind of used to people treating you as Gilder was, but you're not used to treating you as Toby is.
Mm-hmm.
Which the roll was so lucky, then we would have had so much harder conversation.
And part of this is me not knowing how to have conversations, not just Gilder. I'm just using Gilder as an excuse of my social ineptability.
Ditto.
Oy vey. Why am I always the voice in the groups? Where's True Cross when you need him? Anyway, so let's have this as a simulator of practicing social skills. So, Briya, Gilder, you guys can be friends. Let's have a conversation. Man, what? I guess I could be your counselor. Well, I'm
They'll
already a
never take
counselor
me
to him
alive.
for.
You would
I'm
do
already
that?
sure. I'm already a counselor for him. It's been
Self-appointed.
3 years. It's been 3 years, but we're making some progress. Slow, long progress.
Gilder has changed from staring at his drink to staring out the door because he just realized an assassin could walk in at any moment.
You stare out. The door is actually the direction of the stage. They're both out in that direction. As you're seeing, you do see that the comedy routine is still going on. James says, "So I was a cricket folk walks into a bar. No, sorry, ruined the joke. No, he says. Actually, he says that out loud. Uh, I mean, a termite folk walks into a bar, right? And he asks, "Where's the bartender?" And then he
Cricket
makes he
sound.
makes his own cricket noise again. He does that every time his joke doesn't land. He just does it himself.
I mean, Toby claps. Like he's just like that type of guy. It's like he may not get the joke, but he'll clap. Like
You bring up your wife a lot, you know.
What? What did you say? I didn't hear you that well.
Your
I
wife,
only heard the word wife.
your wife, you bring her up a lot. Is she really that scary?
Within 30 minutes of our marriage, she tried to kill me. And also, she's very wealthy. I have no idea who's an assassin, but there could be assassins somewhere. I've encountered them before. I know they're out there. Just don't know where.
She would
Gilder
kill the father of
actually
her
has
children?
Gilder actually. I don't think you would have encountered any assassins yet. I don't. I think that you have seen people who you are certain were assassins, but no one's actually tried to kill you since your wife did. But you've just whether or not they actually were, you've just seen people and then ran from them. I would think at this point.
I turn out this whole entire thing was all in his head, and she didn't care and thought it was too much of a trouble, and just married someone else instead.
Yeah, or maybe it's
His
even.
abductor build is for dealing with the assassins. That was part of his backstory. That he
Uh,
actually dealt and killed some of them before.
oh, I didn't know that that was what you were wanting to do. I was under the impression that you
Huh.
just thought that there were assassins out to get you, and so you trained yourself to be able to fight them.
No, the thing I was implying was he's way too paranoid about the assassins. It's not unreasonable. There are actually assassins. He's just a little too enthusiastic about defending himself.
So I guess maybe you might have come across like a couple. You probably would have maybe at the like shortly after the incident is when there was, and since then it's been like you haven't really seen.
Yeah, that's why Toby's like, I think he's paranoid.
Toby hasn't seen them. Only Gilder has actually experienced the assassination attempts.
Oh, wait, it might all just be in his mind.
But you can help him, right? If that is the case.
Maybe. You don't know. I'm also trying to get him to be around girls easier.
I will set things on fire.
No, you won't. You're not a pyromaniac. You're just scared of your own kind.
I'm scared of all kinds. What are you talking about?
Okay, let me rephrase that. You're scared of everything. Except furniture
I'm
and
not the
me.
only one.
Oh, you're not the only one?
Huh?
You scared of people too?
Mm, maybe a little bit.
I can show you how to assassinate people you're afraid of.
You would do that for me?
I don't think that's the best idea. We don't want to kill people if we don't have to.
Self-defense.
Emotional self.
Okay. We can compromise at that self-defense. If they're attacking you, you attack them. Deal?
Well, then what's the point of my abduction training?
Uh,
I've literally trained myself to strike first.
well, it still counts
well,
as self-defense if it's someone who like you're like certain like is trying to sneak up on you to kill you, and you just sneak up on them first. Like it's.
this is
But
going off
also,
thread so quick.
this is also a world where like I like the way I rule things. You can do non-lethal damage with anything, so you could also just for like people who you aren't trying to kill, just sneak up on them to be able to easily knock them out.
That too.
Gilder's
Remember, we can also
preference, I've decided, is non-lethal, so
remember you can also just knock them out. You don't have to kill them.
I haven't killed an assassin yet.
That's odd. You should kill assassins.
I've temporarily paralyzed them
And then
and
they
left
were
them
approached
alone
by,
in an alley.
and then
They might have been murdered by someone else.
and then they were approached by bestial tarantulas. So no.
I haven't killed
Okay.
any yet. They were murdered in alleys after I knocked them out.
So you're both socially awkward. I got this.
Uh,
We'll make you social butterflies in no time.
and
Both
then there's a
literally and
butterfly sitting
figuratively.
in the stall over that just looks over and just shakes its head,
Racism.
and then goes back to what it's doing.
Toby
Racism.
waves. Toby waves. Toby waves high.
Not all butterflies are social.
I know it's just a turn of phrase. Started
Whenever
somewhere.
Toby turns his head back to Gilder, he is like halfway to pouring his drink out.
No, you drank that ginger juice. You're not wasting the money I spent on you feeling better.
This was on the house. You spent nothing.
Oh, right. Either way, drink the ginger juice. It'll make you feel better.
You can't trick me.
Actually, I could use charm person on him.
If Gilder sees that incantation, he's gonna pour it out faster.
Drink that juice.
I
It'll
don't
make you
want.
feel better.
I don't know if
It was
there's
good.
poison in there.
Have you
I don't have a
died yet?
No, and that's one of the things that's worrying me.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw
fine.
my rock out the window.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Okay, if I drink some, will you finish?
The rock
We'll finish.
splashes in the water outside. The water's gotten pretty high at this point.
Okay, Kilder, if I drink some of this, will you finish it?
I am not a child. I don't have to drink it. You can't make
And the
Listen to
as
your elders. I'm joking.
as Briya throws the rock out the window, the rock seems like it seems like a really odd shaped rock, um, but
Wait, is the
it
place gonna get
splashes all the
flooded?
same. Uh,
What was that?
Also the
My my
the
question
what was your question?
my question was like, is the place gonna get flooded if she opened the window and threw it out the rock or threw out
Oh
a
no,
rock?
no. The window is already open. I should have said the
Oh,
window that next to the seat. It's already open. The water's not up to the window. The water
oh,
isn't even
okay.
up to when you got to the staircase. The foundation of the house. It's not all. It's not even covering the full foundation yet. But it is very high outside. You imagine it's very good that you got here in time. In fact, at this point, Gilder, it would probably be up to the top of your legs as a mantid. So,
Oh, so it drowned the other two.
it drowned too.
I said it would drown the
Oh
other
yeah,
two.
it would have drowned it. Well, Toby's buoyant, but he would have had a hard time, like
It would
with
Well,
the
at least
rushing water.
drown
It probably he.
Mighty.
I wouldn't be concerned about drowning as like this it as with the flow of it as like hitting yourself on rocks and stuff.
Mm.
It's like
I
what
would
they say
take
about
bludgeoning
rivers is
damage.
that drowning isn't always really the biggest concern with like the fast flowing the rapids because it's all the stuff you can
Water
hit.
boarded.
You get my point.
Yep. Toby might close the window just in case.
The window does have some blown glass. It's shaped bubbly, um, like as if there was as if the window itself is like like how submarine windows are. It's kind of bulges out a bit. Um, it seems that making just a flat like sheet of glass is pretty difficult for like in this world. You wouldn't really see those in much places.
Sounds pretty. Feel like I should ask the bartender who makes all this glass stuff.
We commission a glassmaker over in Rivergrass. He's great at making stuff that can resist the rain um, and yeah. If you ever find yourself in that's not his voice. If you ever find yourself in that town, I would recommend that you maybe pay him a visit. Uh, his name
Cool.
is Furtis.
Why did I want to add an and in there? Ferdinand. Ferdinand.
His last name is actually indeed Snand. His name is Furtis Snand. It's a really awkward name, but he does
Ferdinand.
great work.
Cool. Hey, we should stop by his shop sometime when we go to, what was it?
Rivergrass. That's the town you were
River.
in the first session.
Oh,
And the town you'll probably be going back to with the unconscious uh, wasp to interrogate.
oh. Hey, if we're ever in Rivergrass, we should stop by at that shop to see if to maybe buy some wares, maybe.
Okay.
Hey, maybe we can find some cool stuff too. Maybe we could get friendship bracelets.
Gilder is currently in the process of trying to figure out if, and if so, how you would poison glass.
I've never had a friendship bracelet.
Well, we should get some then when we hit Rivergrass.
I had a wedding ring.
The wedding ring was actually it basically was more like a bracelet for you because your hands have like they only have fingers. Um,
I
so
know.
it basically slid over your I forget what those are called, the raptorial legs or whatever.
It doesn't particularly matter. I said he had one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh,
Yeah.
and with that, it's starting to get a little bit later. The comedy act has ended. Uh, you
Does he have
you've
like
been
a
a
tip
you
bucket?
what? Oh, yeah,
Does he
he
have a
does. He has a little tip bucket.
I dropped
It
5 silver in.
Why?
Where did you
Thank
get
you.
money from?
Thanks. Gosh, I can't do the voice for him because I deviated from Zippy, so it's thanks. I don't know. He just does a
That
bunch of
worked.
different voices. He's a comedian. He does different voices. That's the excuse. Uh,
You're
and
welcome.
he shakes your little mushroom hands, and he puts the bucket was actually seemed to be what his hat. Wait, now take a better look at it. It's uh, made out of dried grass pieces, woven, and he puts it back on his head, and then tips it, and you can hear the jingle of the only money he got from his performance that night, at least, unless he gets paid by the bar, was that money he gave him, and he heads up seemingly into his room that he's staying at. Uh, and other people have also started heading up to the rooms that they are getting at this inn.
So we should get a room for the night. We can all share bunks. I'm very small, so I can sleep on the floor if you guys want to take the beds.
Oh no. You shouldn't do that for me.
I don't know. Floors are comfy.
Maybe they'll have a cot.
Maybe. But yeah. Anyway. I'm looking at Gilder, making sure, seeing if he drank the whole entire ginger juice.
He is currently pretending like it's not there and still staring at the door.
I put my hands under the table and nonchalantly used charm person. Under the table, it's like, charm person. I'm gonna try to charm person Gilder.
That's toxic, trying to mind control another player character.
when a player character is being like a child, you have
Not
to
a
use
child.
Says
you
the
have
child.
If I don't want to drink it, I don't have to. And legally, I'm not a child.
Technically, I am a child. Technically, adult. Depends on which race I'm under. I don't know if they wisdom check from Gilder.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Crap. This just gives you advantage on persuasion, doesn't it? It's not mind
Yep.
control.
It just makes my
It just
persuasion a
makes you
little bit
slightly
easier.
more persuasive.
I'm just gonna say this, Gilder, finish your drink so we can go to bed.
If I
It's good.
genuinely believe it's poisoned, no amount of persuasion can make make me harm myself. No amount of persuasion can make me think I'm harming myself.
Look at the chat.
I don't see anything in chat except for the message that was deleted.
Check the roll. I meant.
Oh, I know. I know. No amount of. I still hold fast that no amount of persuasion can make me
Even if
do something that I think will harm me.
even if Toby sipped it itself to show that it wasn't poison.
Yeah, that's how I'm convincing you. I'm like, I take a sip. It's fine. Drink it.
Now I, as the player, don't want to drink it just because I think this is hilarious.
Okay, but I burnt a spell and I have a net 20.
I know. Just trying to find a way out still.
To
Does Gilder believe that
You-
Toby has any kind of resistance to poison?
well, also Gilder, didn't Gilder already drink some of it earlier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah, he doesn't know if it's a poison that acts stronger in quantity or if it's just slow acting. He's not sure if it's poisoned or not, and he doesn't really know a way to convince him it's not. He also thinks this is unreasonable, but he also still believes it's poison.
One of those self-aware. I know I'm being irrational, but I also can't help it.
I know I'm being irrational, but I don't think I'm wrong.
Do you usually charm your friends?
I did my motions on the table.
This
And I call it therapy.
I call
is
when
not,
you when
this is not therapy.
magic infused therapy.
It works wonders for people who may need a little bit of, let's say, encouragement. A
It's
kind
l-
word here and there.
it's like the fantasy equivalent of just of like putting weed mist in the therapy office.
We do not sponsor the use of weed here, by the way.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
I'm googling like anything that be like a natural thing that would make you more resistant to most poisons, but I don't think that even works as a
In
concept.
D in D&D, like the mechanic is just poison immunity or poison advantage, depends on the race. Like the old
Mm.
Yanti pureblood, you had pure immunity to poisons. And then
Oh
they
yeah,
downgraded it.
activated charcoal absorbs poison. So he's going to chug it and then just eat like a brick of activated charcoal.
You find that the lantern that is lighting up the tail next to you does have charred pieces of dried wood substance.
Oh, I was just gonna eat torches.
Oh, you can do that too.
Gilder, I don't think that's good for you. You also are slightly charmed, by the way, so you're easily persuaded.
Doesn't stop him. He's eating the charcoal before you tell him to stop.
Uh, Gilder, after drinking the ginger juice, you die immediately. It was poisoned. Make a new character. No, I'm kidding.
I knew it.
No, it isn't poisoned, and it tastes pretty good. The charcoal does not.
The taste is immediately gone after eating a brick of charcoal.
Yeah, your stomach might hurt a little bit just from eating so much charcoal, but that's about it. And
Precautionary.
I'm
the
ordering
the
more ginger
bartender
juice later.
the bartender
What?
says, would y'all like a room? I'm fine with you guys just staying here overnight if you don't have any money for a room, but the rooms would be much more comfortable.
Do we all want a room? We want to bunk together?
Okay.
Gilder will sleep as close to the door as possible.
Sure,
If
we
you
would like
sleep
a room.
close to the door, then that means that you'll be the first one anyone sees if anything happens.
If he's next to the door in a way where you won't immediately see him, then it gives him some time to get up and grapple.
I'm just imagining if he's on the wrong side of the door and someone just immediately opens the door and just he's smacked in the face.
That was kind of the plan. Because an assassin would open the door slowly as to not be heard. So when the door hits him, it gives him time to react.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's my line of thinking.
A room for 3, please.
The room costs another silver piece.
I guess I can flip the bill if you guys are good.
I only have
I don't
gold
think
on
Gilder has money.
Well,
Gilder,
I can give you change for a gold piece.
I meant general.
you don't have money, Gilder?
Not in my inventory.
Yeah, you do. Wait.
pockets.
I never added any.
Didn't
Oh.
get paid yet.
Well, I guess.
Your background gives you gold.
Yeah, and also you could have sold that ring unless you just threw it on the ground.
Oh right, I forgot I could have. I forgot that I even mentioned the ring. I don't know how much the ring would have been worth though.
I would say that you would have at least, like, with all your with your background and everything. I would say you have 30 gold.
That's a lot.
Yeah, me here over, not counting the 1 gold our alchemist friend gave me. Me over here just with 4 gold and 4 silver.
Oh wait, actually, since you have supplies and stuff, some of that would have had to be like bought more since when you left. So I would say probably just give yourself 20.
That's still a pretty penny.
Yeah.
I could pay for the room though. I could do it.
Gilder has completely forgotten he has money. I'm going to just decide.
I'll drop a silver. I'll pay for the room.
And he probably won't remember until someone reminds him.
You folks have a nice day.
Okay, what does the room look like, our fearless DM?
The room is it's nice, it's quaint, it's fairly small but also comfortable. There is books. There is the books are all they have a the papers and stuff, made of plant fibers and stuff. There's the bed it does in fact have bunks. This room actually does have 3 bunks on the bed. And there is also a another bed in case someone didn't want a bunk, that is off to the side, close to the door, but not where someone opening the door will be able to immediately see it. And there is also a bin for unwanted, like, garbage and stuff. There is a window, but the window can be closed with so the glass looks like, it bulges out, and then the thing that you can cover it with is kind of like an entire actual acorn top. Like the thing earlier looked like this, but this is an actual one, which would be, about like a pretty big size for you guys, probably a little bit less than an inch. So like, well, more like 3/5 of an inch, so kind of like 3 feet comparatively. And this whole thing, it can be pushed to cover to the window. And there is a little lantern with that's currently lit that you could turn off. And there is also a rug on the ground that is made of some kind of fur. It's not like an animal fur rug where like you can see the animal. You can't actually tell what animal it is. Whatever it was, it had brown, brownish green fur, dark, really dark, and that's about it. That's pretty much everything in this room.
I claim the rug.
Huh?
I claim the rug.
Why would you want to sleep on the rug?
It looks fuzzy.
The rug is
Oh,
indeed fuzzy. Uh,
okay.
I might have blanked out,
I
but
guess
I
I'll
think there's only
go
2 beds
to
in the
bed.
room, yeah?
3,
3
4,
beds. We got a
Mm-hmm.
4-bed room?
3
Wow.
bunks
We got
and
both
1
bed.
bed on the side.
1 to the side. Okay. I dragged the rug into the bed.
Gilder's going to sleep at the foot of the bed that is off to the side so that he's ready to just jump. But before he does that, he's going to take like a small fork that he found, air quotes, and just set it up in a way so that if someone opens that door before that fork is removed, it's going to scrape against the floor and wake him up.
all right. And are you guys all going to bed now?
I'm snuggling up inside the bear, or not the bear, the fuzzy rug
Yeah.
in the bunk. And I'm just
You
like,
Yes.
actually the coloring. Do you want to do a nature check to see if you could maybe figure out what kind
sure,
of creature this is from?
sure, I'll have some fun with some nature check.
Oh crap, what about the window?
Why did I make
The
myself
window
do this?
has a. I told you you are able to easily close that if you want to.
Nope.
It has
Is there a lock on the window?
there is a sort of lock where you can flip. So you know how acorns have the little stem. You can flip a board that onto like the top of like the stem, and the stem like curves around it. So like basically creating a little one of those simple locks.
I guess the game thinks I should be better at nature.
Yeah, you are easily able to tell that this seems to be a bestial tarantula rug. Very fluffy, very
fuzzy.
soft. There is you are able to tell because of uh, you're not super well you aren't super well taught in like what tarantulas look like. This is very clearly imported from somewhere, um, not near here. But you can tell from what you've heard in stories and stuff, and that the shape of the rug, while it doesn't have the face or anything still intact of the beast, it does have the general shape of the rug is kind of in the shape where that you would get from getting the fur off a dead tarantula.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I wrap myself up like in a little burrito and it's like, sleep well, you two.
Briya, what do you think you'd be doing at this point?
Going to sleep.
All right. Is everybody ready to sleep?
Gilder does
Everyone.
not sleep until he's sure the other two are already asleep.
That's creepy.
He's
I
a
know.
praying mantis.
He's
So
gonna kill us in our sleep.
all of you who are when everyone's asleep, you can all do a long rest if you would be benefiting from that in any way.
If you want to compete to see who stays up the longest, that's going to be your problem.
Are you both staying awake?
Gilder is until she goes
How
to
do we
sleep.
do that? What
Toby's
do we
already at
roll
You
the
to
guys-
bunk out.
see?
you guys. So wait, are you guys trying to? Are you guys both trying to like stay up?
Con save
Yeah,
probably would be the
con
best
do
one
a
to
do a
see.
con
how long
save.
we can stay up.
If you're seeing how long you can stay up, do a con save, or just do a con check. Just do a con check, not a con save.
I think they're trying to see who stays up the longest. That's
Yeah,
the
just do
con.
con checks though, and I'll also have that determine how long you're able to stay up before you knock out. Yeah, Briya, you pretty quickly are the after all the
Winning.
events that happened today. You are very tuckered out from almost potentially dying earlier, and at the rush of everything. That being in a cozy place like this, you fall to the temptation of sleep. Uh, Gilder, you are alone in the room. Uh, and are you still trying to stay up even though they're both asleep?
No, he went to sleep as soon as he's sure that both of them are fully asleep. So
It
like
takes
maybe
you
30 minutes after Briya went to sleep.
Yeah. You did manage to stay up pretty late before you were certain they were asleep, but you do fall asleep. Um, until Gilder, you are woken up by the sound of someone sneaking into the door.
The fork worked. Immediately grapple whoever's sneaking in.
You grapple this unknown being.
Well, I gotta make a grapple check, don't I?
Yeah, make a grapple check.
Advantage +7. 15.
Uh, yeah, well, actually. You actually don't manage to grapple this bug, and instead this bug gets behind you and grapples you.
Gilder's going to yell immediately.
Your friends do not seem to wake up,
Ah,
Oh,
crap.
good. In
and
normal,
I will not
as
be
you
expecting!
are we charmed? Is that why we can't wake up?
as you turn to look and see who has you grappled, it's your ex-wife, and then she bites your
Crap.
head off, and then you wake up. It was a dream,
Uh,
So
and
he
it's now
just yells
morning.
to sleep. I will not be assassinated.
You basically yelled that and then scream, like would have like probably screamed or something, or at least woken up in shock as your head got bitten off in your dream by your ex-wife. Uh, and your friends
He
are
will
already
immediately
awake.
check the fork and make sure it's still in
I think
position.
I fell out of the bed.
The fork is still in position. What was that, Luvpsyche?
I think I fell out of the bed.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. Briya is on the floor. Did you sleep on the top bunk?
Yes.
Ouch. You actually landed. So before Gilder, actually, you know what? No, wait. Quick retcon. Actually, what happened is Gilder yelled as he woke up, and then that caused you to get startled, fall out of bed, and land on Toby, and then you're all awake now.
actually,
Gilder,
that was in one of the beds.
Without acknowledging anything, is going to recheck everything and then wait for the other two to go back to sleep.
No, it is morning now.
Oh, okay. Then he's going to take the fork out and then just slowly open the door.
He's like, Toby squeaks a little bit and with bursts of air, just leaving his lungs for a second. It's like, did you have another Did you have another night terror?
No comment. He says no comment very quickly as he's still just slowly opening the door, making sure that he's ready for a fight if need be.
As a day
like-
has passed, Toby, you do have to make another Constitution check of the smell.
Okay,
Yes, he is directly on top of you. That's reasonable.
that is reasonable. Yeah.
But the DC is also Luvpsyche. We're going to change the DC to add your proficiency bonus, I think. But you still make it, Toby.
That's a
Smells
plus
like
two.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilder doesn't have to
So
make it until
that's
she
we're
gets
doing
the
that
again.
because that way it should be able to scale. And since
At this point, we should start getting immunity. Being around
I
her
will
so
say
long.
after you've been around her long enough, you will. I will say that by the time of the current day, you both would be. Mighty wouldn't be, but you both would be good.
Because I enjoy the smell.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, hey, Briya, Could you get off of me, please?
I will say you can have advantage already since you're used to that smell.
Okay. Either way, I made it. But Brian, could you
Sorry.
get off? Your muscles kind of heavy.
Sorry, I say as I fall onto the floor, tripping over the rug.
I don't know. Yeah, me debating. Do I want to take this rug with me? So comfy.
Once
Isn't
Gilder is
it
sure that there's no
stealing?
one out there, he puts the fork back in his bag.
Oh,
I mean,
the fork
I could.
itself is very interesting in its design. I mean, not to the bugs who are used to it, but for us, the forks in this world, they are similar to the glass. It seems hard for them to make very straight, like perfect, like everything seems like a little rounded. Everything that is made of glass or metal in this world, and the fork metal is actually very uncommon. So the fact that you do actually have a metal fork and that came from your time in royalty most likely, unless you paid for it, which would have been a lot. But the metal fork is it's very rounded in all its shapes and like every part of it, and it's fairly thick too.
Do. Or maybe I should just see where they got the rug and see if they can make it into a blanket.
Um, you do you go? Do you leave your room yet?
Gilder
I
will
mean,
leave the room. Make
is it
sure he leaves the room before the other two.
is it still raining outside?
Yeah. You
Oh,
if you
darn.
opened the window after the if you opened the window back up at the start of the day, you would see that it is cleared up. The plants outside are all covered in dew. The ground's still wet, but it is no longer raining.
I mean, it seems to be safe to travel if we want to start heading out.
Okay. But where to?
Good question. First, though, I'm asking the inn owner where they got the rug.
You do, and he says, "Well, that rug was actually imported from a very far ways away. I got a friend a friend down in the. It's actually a family member of the. Did you see the James the comedian last night?
Yes, I did.
Uh, See, the reason I let him perform despite uh you know,
Sucking.
is because we're actually a I was really close with I still am, I suppose, with his one of his relatives before he moved way out in the drier regions. I have I where I used to live. I have a friend, a buddy of mine, who's also a cricket. His name is Scruggs, and he hunted down this for me, and I kept it and brought it. Well, he brought it here, and I kind of keep this as a reminder of my time with him, and he does stop by like very rarely. Last time was a couple years ago. I sometimes wonder what he's up to. Uh, but that said, you can get plenty of these furs at fur shops, and they're they don't- tarantulas aren't common around these parts, but they are imported. They're the town rivergrass. It has all sorts of this kind of stuff because they're right on the river, so they get lots of
You
imports over there.
did you make the rug yourself?
Oh, out of the fur. Well, I touched it up a bit. Scruggs, he dried it for me. He's He acts like he doesn't really care, but he's one of those people where you can tell he does like his friends.
Cool. If he ever brings some more in, I would like a. I like a. I thought it was so soft. I want a blanket from it. So if he ever brings any more in, and I don't know if you do commissions or anything, or know how to make a blanket, but I would love a blanket made out of it.
Well, I actually have a blanket myself, made out of a similar hide. Um, I do recommend it, while you, I would be all right to make one for you for the right price. That's not really my trade. Uh, I do recommend, if you're wanting fur blankets, that the rivergrass. There are folks over there who do that for a living.
Interesting. I don't know. I just thought your work was good, and I thought it was so comfy. I kind of slept in it last night.
Ah, yeah, folks do that. I usually they take it onto one of the mattresses and then sleep on it, but it's most of that was actually Scruggs. I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and cut it a little bit to better shape the fit of the size of my room. I
Okay.
mean the room that I was in.
So yeah, I would love to buy it from you both. And I don't care what the price is. You set the price, and I'll when you get it in and get it ready, I'll pay you what you want.
You know what? You seem eager. I like that. I'll send a message, see if he can get another one brought over here, and I'll see what I can do. But that might be quite a while. In fact, I might even say it could take, I don't know, a year.
I'm okay with that. Patience for a greatly made blanket. I'm good with that. Now I'm talking Southern.
I see you picked off on my accent.
Walking my
Yeah.
accent, boy.
No, it's just
Sincerity
in case.
is the greatest form of flattery. I mean, not since. Sorry. What is that called again? Copying, not copying.
Mimicking is the greatest
Mimicking.
form of
Mimicry.
flattery.
Greatest form of flattery.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep. Yes, sir.
but I do think I would have to charge uh at least for all the production of that. Might even have to say 20 gold pieces. I know it's a lot, but
I should probably have 20 gold pieces in a year.
like you'd probably need to get a job, like, like helping take down a bad guy in the city or something.
Not me realizing 20 pieces is exactly how much Gilder has.
I mean, okay. I will then. As a good faith payment, I will leave 4 gold behind as like a down payment, and we'll work on the rest when the time comes.
That sounds good.
Mushroom is starting to get poor.
He tips his bar. He doesn't have a hat. He actually, he does. He does have a hat. I decided. He wasn't wearing it last night, but now he's wearing it. It's not a. It's kind of like, it does seem like it came from, like the like it's not a cowboy hat, but it's kind of one of the like the cowboy movie bartender kind of hats, like the bowler hat kind of, not bowler hat, the skimmer hat kind of, that you can,
Cool.
the one that just tip. Uh,
Hope he like grabs the edge of his head as like tips as well.
Now, I haven't seen I haven't seen a bug much like you before. I've heard of I think, but I haven't seen a bug like you myself in my entire life. I don't think.
All I know is I'm a magical shroom thing that was made with magic and love, whatever that
Aren't
means.
we all?
Yeah, and I have never seen anyone else of my kind, so I think I'm a rare thing.
Well, we're all rare things. I like to think that, but yeah, I think I feel something special about you, son. Don't let anybody destroy that spirit of yours.
I'll make sure I don't.
Uh, Also, I found a
Anyway,
picture that has the kind of hat that I'm talking about. It's not really a skimmer hat. It's kind of like between a skimmer hat and a bowler hat. Uh, Looks like that. That's the kind of hat, yes, but
anyway,
it's made of some sort of kind of leathery.
okay. Anyway, uh, well, I'd say I hope you have a good day. I'm gonna go find my friend Gilder, wherever he went off to. Unless he's standing right behind me and I didn't notice.
Gilder
Did you ever
was standing
ask?
behind you.
Did you ever ask the bartender's name?
Oh, nope. Retcon a little bit. So, Mister, actually, you never said your name.
Well, uh, folks call me Harris. Um, that ain't my birth name, but it's the name I like to go by.
Ooh. Here's the bartender. That's a perfect fitting name. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna go find my friend. Unless he's right behind me, then I retcon saying that.
I think it's funnier if you just didn't realize he was behind you.
I mean, I got pretty good. Well, I don't know. Did you stealth behind me?
He's
No,
naturally pretty stealthy.
Gilder is outside checking both ways to make sure no one's coming.
Oh, you're outside. I'm at the checkout desk, probably turning in the keys. You're with me, Briya, right? Or are you, Briya? Or Briya?
Yes, I am with you.
Okay. Let's go find Gilder before he hurts himself or hurts someone. Do 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 do. Gilder, where are you? I
For a
have more
moment after
mushrooms.
hearing his name. For a moment after hearing his name, he hides and then remembers that only one other person really has that voice.
Gilder. Gilder.
So you come out to him just coming out of hiding.
Oh, there you are. Were you hiding again, you silly Billy?
For about 5 seconds.
Well, we should
Are
get.
you
I
really
haven't
that
tried to
scared?
kill anyone, if that's what you're worried about. Yet.
I don't know if I'm worried about that.
Where
Brian,
are
where are
we
you at
going,
right
by the
now?
way?
She's with me.
I am with
Oh,
So we should get heading
where are we
out.
going, by the way?
Uh, DM, insert some type of reason where we're going next.
uh, oh, wait, sorry. Also, I do think actually, uh, yeah, no, I'm debating making it so that any yeah, sorry, and this isn't relative to this relevant to this session really. I was just thinking about the volar stench like feet, and if there's like a change to make to it, about like how like long it takes before you become immune to the bad smell. But
Oh, that could be like a myconid. I just thought of something like the resistance of that could be a myconid feat, like
Oh,
the
right.
poison immunity and stuff like that.
Is Briya close enough for me to have to make a con check yet?
that's kind of up to you. Where do you wander? I mean,
I haven't wandered that far off, so it really
Um,
depends on how close she is to Toby.
well, she's
Dude.
next to Toby, so if you're next to Toby,
pretty
you probably
close
would
to
have to.
Toby.
Okay.
I will say that since you've already, I think what we'll say is that since you've already resisted it once, you have advantage.
The advantage doesn't stop the -1. Oh, 16. Okay.
It
Never mind
does.
that.
It does. That's how you counter low stats advantage. Unless you roll very low numbers twice.
But that is pretty much at this part. It is at this part of the of things. It's pretty much open world, honestly. Like you can kind of do
Um,
whatever you guys are wanting to. You just you know where you have to end up eventually. So I mean, you can't just like go into another like a whole other like area like of like the. You can't be like, okay, we're just gonna go all the way to where Scruggs lives right now. Like, I mean, that's.
I mean, is there like a bounty board or something that we adventurers like look at or something? I feel
There
like
is in the towns. You could head back to Lushlug, see if anyone there needs to get any jobs done.
yeah, we could head there. I
And,
know a nearby town. We could go to Lushlug.
okay. I notice a familiar rock and kick it.
Uh, the town is only not that far away. You honestly didn't make that much travel. Most of the time you spent yesterday was just talking and getting almost killed by rain. So you didn't actually spend that much time actually making progress on the path. So you really could make it back to Lush Slug feasibly in like, you know, a few
I
hours, honestly.
I get into my
If you're
Yoda
walking,
position.
especially if you're
I get
riding
into
Gilder.
I get into my Yoda position on Gilder's shoulder. It's like, let's a go. Do or do not. There's only try.
There is
Something like
no
that.
try.
There is no try. Do or do not. There is no try. Let's head to the village without cry.
Uh,
I need to work on rhyming. Had terrible luck lately.
Gilder's just going to be chewing on a small piece of charcoal on the way.
Oh right, I wanted to pocket that ginger root. If I can retroactively say that.
oh yeah, you can say
forgot
that. Also, just the one that was in the cup.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so you do head on the path back to Lushlug. However, on your way back to Lushlug, make a perception check.
Oh, great.
I'm pretty decent at it.
Advantage is still on, but luckily the high roll was my first roll.
Oh,
Shit.
yeah.
I got a 14. That's funny. 15, 13, 14.
Counting.
Gilder, you're the most suspicious, so you do manage to see before it sees you barely. Is that there is indeed the flood not only affects the sentient bug folk such as yourself, it also greatly destroys the ability for other beasts to hunt, and so there is currently some very hungry looking spiders, bestial spiders. They're
Okay.
Oh
ahead of you.
no.
Oh, we can make a run.
Immediately take Toby off my head, put him in a hiding spot, and then hide myself.
Oh, so I'm stealthing. Okay.
Wait. Guys? Guys?
Why
Where are you
does
going?
At the sound of
Why
the
does this
noise,
keep
the
happening?
spiders jump out into the path and roll for initiative, everybody.
I rolled my stealth check first.
No, you can do your stealth check. That's fine. You
And
said you
that's
did
why
that.
I took him off my...
Yeah, I said you saw him. I said you saw them, and before they saw you, so you have the ability to do the stealth check.
Guys?
Well,
Guys?
no, he took Toby off his
Toby
back.
failed at hiding. You know where Toby is.
Yeah, Toby-
I'm the only one that disappeared.
Toby.
Well, he
and
said he tried to hide me in a corner. I clicked the stealth for him trying to hide me, and it's like I didn't do well
Well,
in
if
the
I was
stealth
trying to hide you,
department.
then I would have rolled the stealth for you.
Oh, is that
I
happening?
thought
Yeah,
that
because
was
you.
great.
Oh, I forgot.
I thought that's
haven't been
what
playing
the night-
music this whole entire session. I forgot to. But anyway.
Well,
some music.
Okay. Well, you did say that, so I guess you would have had to done the stealth check then, because you were giving me advantage. I think that's how it would translate, right?
I don't know.
It depends on whether or not you move. It depends on whether or not you move or make any noise, or if I'm just putting you in a box like an item.
Yeah, no, it's the way that with creatures they make the stealth check, even if you're the one placing them there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Would that
Well,
be
as
like
long as they don't
considering
know
a
where I
health
am.
action?
Because stealth is dexterity. It'd be weird if your like ability to put someone in a good hiding spot was dexterity.
Well,
Yeah, okay.
that would probably translate to a help action then.
I mean, if you want to.
It is- I'll try one more roll, see if it works.
One
No,
of us.
it's-
Yeah.
This is why I immediately separate myself during
Yeah,
combat.
so it's the 10. I'm still not. I'm put in a spot to try to be hidden, but I'm not hidden. So I'm like, I imagine I'm in like grass somewhere, but they see me, like probably in front of Gilder though.
And
Okay, so I'm there.
Everybody who
I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah.
I'll do my initiative.
Click on
Here
your
we go.
token before you roll. I think that makes it automatic.
Yep, that's how it works, and I go last, or I go in the middle.
Spiders will now roll.
I
Guys,
just rolled.
where did you go?
You would see.
I mean,
you'd
you can-
see Toby.
You'll see Toby partially hidden by grass, but noticeable.
Gilder leaves immediately from your perspective. Just immediately abandons you.
Why does my friend keep abandoning me?
Well, at this point, Toby would be aware that Gilder just does this during fights. Briya would think she got abandoned, though.
They would
Oh,
think
good,
that you
Gilder's
both got
perfect, too.
abandoned. Unless, well, I guess, I mean, I can't say what she would think.
I feel like Toby would be used to this by now.
To be honest, at the beginning, when we first did this whole maneuver of me being on your back and attacking things, I was not used to it. I didn't get out of character.
Did you think I carry a liability?
I thought I'm a healer and a buff man. I'm not a liability.
You are when I'm
Smack
trying to
thing.
hide.
Okay, so...
You grapple the creature, I smack him with a stick. I'm Rafiki.
Things usually die when I'm done.
True.
Gilder, it is your turn first.
Sweet, precision pounce on the nearest spider.
That's this one. So you can...
Or, actually, I can just get over there and grapple it. I don't need to pounce. So, bonus action, grapple, turn my advantage back on, and remember to turn it off. Actually, if I grapple it, I won't have to turn it off. 21.
I would suggest turning it to query, because then you can just set it when it gives you a prompt asking, do you want advantage or disadvantage?
Yeah, I can just set that up for you.
I'm fine like this.
You already have that set up. You already have that set up. No, wait, no, you don't.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't. You have to.
He has
click
it set up
query.
for toggle.
Yeah. Well, toggle. I prefer toggle.
Yeah, I also prefer toggle right now.
I used to, but then like I discovered query, and it's
Because
like
then you have to click every single time. And it's like.
I know it's annoying, but it fixes
Yeah.
like the problem of accidentally leaving advantage on.
21 grapple check against the spider.
Yeah, you Yeah, you're able to. Yeah, the spider isn't more than one category larger. You are able to
Now-
grapple it. Well, I mean, I will
I
roll
see
for
Gil-
spider, but I don't think you'll be able to escape this.
I see Gilder now, and I say, "Get me its fur. I want a blanket."
These aren't furry. I mean, they have little hairs, but these aren't tarantulas. These aren't tarantulas. They don't have like fur. They have like little hairs. They're kind of like they aren't black widows, but they are kind of like that kind of like skin texture of like kind of like spindly and like creepy spiders.
I did not mean to press that yet.
Never mind. Don't get me its skin. I don't care. It's not fuzzy enough.
Yeah, its skin is just a carapace.
I hit that by accident. Let me do my actual roll.
Yeah, the tarantulas will be much larger than this.
Alright. Since it's grappled, I get 2 attacks
Just for
on
a
it.
sense of scale,
24 to hit.
Just for a sense of scale, since these tiles are each 1 inch, then like a bestial tarantula would be like that big.
Ah!
Something to pursue at level 10. Sounds good.
But yeah, so that was
24 to hit.
Okay.
That was my first attack. I pressed that 9 on accident.
Yeah. Well, plus if you're rolling at advantage anyway, then the 20 would have also hit. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your damage.
20 total.
That severely does hurt this creature.
Good thing I have a second attack because of the abductor subclass.
Kill it. Kill it with kindness.
Oh, that's a crit! Okay.
You don't have to roll for damage if you don't want to, but you can.
That's 8 total.
Yeah, this thing is you just this beast is dead. You crack its body with your raptorial legs.
I feel safer now.
It does.
Yeah, that's my entire turn.
As you're holding it, that it does look like the spiders, the hard carapace of these spiders, could be useful for something. They're not fluffy, but
We could make armor. We could get Briya some better armor.
that she will have forgotten about during the next fight in the. But then she'll have it after that fight because she'll remember it if that happens, because retconning.
I mean, I get having leather because if you're going dex based, but if you're strength based, you need to go for the strength based armors.
And plus, this would be a strength based armor that wouldn't ruin her aesthetic she has going on, because it would kind of just look like her body already, like her arms and stuff.
Cool.
Anyway, and that's the end of your turn. This spider is long dead. This spider now goes. Oh wait, no, I take this one out of this one.
Oh,
is
no.
1, 2, climbs over
Big.
its dead friends, I suppose.
Difficult terrain, probably,
Yeah.
since it's now an
Oh,
object.
I can't afford a direct confrontation.
And it you looks very spindly, so it would actually go for Toby probably. He looks big and meaty.
Do spiders eat mushrooms?
It sees a living creature. It doesn't this is a beast. It is not really smart enough to really be thinking is this made of meat? It just sees a moving creature that looks big and plump. Not big like size-wise, but plump. Where Gilder's very spindly.
I'm gonna say this to the spider. I am vegetarian only, man. It does not understand me, but I'm just like saying that
Is it
as a
vegetarian?
comment.
Would it be vegetarian to eat a sentient humanoid made of plants?
Yes, it would be. I am a veggie.
Technically, because technically you're not a plant, or technically you're not like the same as a fungus, but you're also kind of like a fungus. Because you
I mean,
are
I'm
a
not a
fungus,
bug
but-
bug.
Yeah,
I am a fungus.
yeah. You're.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm just imagining myself a plant.
you'd probably be like you'd probably be your creature would probably like come from like be like in the same group as fungus in the same way that humans are in the same group as like apes, and so like you're a
Yep.
sentient, myconids are sentient and stuff, and they're very much way more complex, but they also like share like kind of that hair like roots or heritage or whatever you want to say. Anyway,
Yeah.
the
I
spider
taste like
does
veggie.
attack you with a bite.
Yeah, that'll hit. Anything above a 14 will hit me. 'Cause I have no
Same.
other defenses right now. Maybe I'll get a
7
fever.
piercing and 2 poison. You must make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
Oof. All these poisons.
So the poison, it's 2, and then if you fail, if you fail the Constitution, take all the succeed attack it.
Alright. Ooh. What? Yeah, okay. Roll well myself.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
I'm crit failing that, so you're gonna take double the poison.
Well, I will
Ooh.
say this. Kinetically, I can't die here.
Oh yeah, no, you're not.
Because
Plot
we've
armor.
already... I have plot armor right now. But man, I think I'm knocked out.
Unless this takes place in an alternate timeline. Whoa. No, but you're already
You
knocked
don't
out just with that
11
much
total
damage.
damage.
How much? Well,
It will
how
be
much
7 plus 4.
poison damage? Oh,
So-
just...
7 piercing,
Oh,
2
wait.
poison. You
Oh,
take
the
11
poison.
total.
Oh, I thought there was like an extra poison
No, no.
damage. Okay.
It just the poison is that it says it in a weird way, but that's all it is.
Okay. I was expecting it to be like more dice later, but okay, then that's fine. I'm fine. Let's see, so that's 11 damage.
So yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 11 minus... Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh wow, you got so lucky. It's 2d4 poison damage, and it just rolled a 1 on both.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Anyway, whoa, that's weird.
18. I
Anyway,
have 18 hit points there.
That's,
There we go.
That's
Yeah.
and
kinda-
now this spider is gonna go, and it's gonna attack Briya. It does make a Constitution save though. So let's get that. Constitution save. 16, and that is going to succeed. And it is going to bite at you. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to take 10 piercing damage plus. Is the poison broken? Getting another 2d4 being 1 and 1 again? That's crazy.
Try clicking it again, see what happens.
But make a Constitution save.
Click the attack button
Oh,
again,
yeah.
see what...
Okay, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, it's
not-
broke. Nope, it's not broken. It was
Okay,
just
it's
being...
not broken. It just rolled.
Oh, and
So
you
she
succeed
takes
anyway,
one.
so it doesn't matter. You just take the 10 piercing damage.
Oh, she still. It says right there on a failed save or half
oh no,
on
you
a
take half.
success,
of
so
it.
she takes
Yeah,
one.
so never mind.
So she takes a 1.
Yeah, so you take 1. You
She
take
takes-
11 damage total. But don't you have resistance? Do you have resistance poison or just resistance
Oh, yeah.
acid? You might only have resistance acid.
Um,
No, you only have resistance against acid.
double
damage.
check.
You don't have resistance against poison damage because I remembered I decided to do that because flies aren't immune to they aren't like immune to like being poisoned.
Pesticide.
They're able to do Constitution saves against poison well, which is a weird combination, but I wanted to give them acid resistance for their bile, and so I didn't really I don't know. If you want to say, I'll let you just say, if you want to say you get poison resistance instead of acid resistance, I can let you do that. But that might come to bite you in the back later in the campaign.
We'll just leave it as is.
Okay.
And just to confirm, how much damage am I actually taking?
Oh, you're just going to be
11.
taking 11. Unless, yeah, you're just taking 11.
Okay.
Same amount as I did, just in a different way.
And, the spider's turn. So over, Toby, it's your turn.
Oh, finally! I feel like I keep getting poisoned.
Oh,
Of course,
sorry,
that's
wait.
future.
The one that's next to Toby. It's weird doing the spatial with the hexes sometimes for the larger creatures. The one next to Toby also needs to make a con save.
Oh, okay.
And it'll just have the be poisoned for this next turn if it fails.
Nope.
Oh yeah, so it does not at all. These spiders don't care how you smell, they just care how you taste. Anyway, Toby, it's your turn.
Judging off the smell, probably not good.
Well, you can't always tell by the smell. Have you ever heard of cheese? I mean, I don't like cheese, but I've heard cheeses taste good when they smell that.
Oh, I
Feta
completely
cheese.
forgot something. They got into. I forgot I have Halo. I still have to get used to this character. I've only played it once. Forgot I have Halo spores I could have used as a reaction. Too late now.
Yeah. You got jumps. You forgot you had that ability. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll use it next time if they still are within 10 feet of me.
The thing that people also don't realize about D&D is that you don't have to be like, oh no. The thing is, realistically, they're not going to be playing themselves optimally. So, like, realistically, you're not going to use every ability perfectly every combat, you know? So.
I know. Well, eventually, once you get used to your characters, unless, of course, you're like my character, who is Shadowthorn, who has millions of abilities, and we have large breaks in between.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, that's not it. Oh, symbiotic entity. Here we go. I go Venom Shroom. Symbiotic entity. I gain some temporary hit points.
Feels like you need it.
Yeah. I'm a little shroom man, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Anyway, okay, that was my bonus action. I'm now realizing I should have... Okay. Oh, he's in range, so I would have disadvantage on my chill touch. And my shillelagh takes a bonus action to use. Okay, let's see, what else do I got that I can use my action for? I mean, I could try to smack it with just my natural strength. Alright. One wild shape used. I didn't really design my guy to be very combat focused. Anyway. I could blind the spider. I could do that, or fairy fire. Gilder already has, like, advantage, but that would help my bug friend. Okay.
I'll have advantage until I grapple.
Okay. Either way, I'm gonna try to give you guys advantage. So see, where do I want to put this? I have to spoof the card to see, like, what's the area of effect. 20-foot cubes. I want to put... This is a hex grid. How am I supposed to do cubes in hex grids? Okay. So I'm just gonna pretty much just angle the cube on that where it doesn't affect my friends, but affects the spiders. So whatever a cube looks like in the hex grid, I think this...
You can
Yeah.
do the cube tool.
Oh, yeah, there's a cube tool. Where's the cube tool? There's the cube tool. Okay.
It's like the same as
Let's
doing the circle
Yeah.
in a square grid.
Yeah.
It's a little awkward, but
Okay, I just need a spot where it just hits the
it's fine.
spiders
We'll
and
just
not.
say it hits the spiders. Honestly,
Yeah.
They're in a pattern where they're in a 90-degree angle, so you could easily. Well, this one's dead, but you could
I
easily
found
make a
it.
square like that. So
You found it. He found the square.
perfect square.
I hit them with yeah. I hit the. They need a deck save.
Spider Dex. The one next to you gets that.
Fails, so he's glowing with the.
Briya gets that.
He's okay. So the one next. Well, okay. The one next to me is covered in blue glowing light, similar to my mushroom cap. And he sees I'm a venom-looking creature. Do I want to try to risk running away for an opportunity attack? Not really.
Whichever one gets hit, or no, whichever one doesn't get hit, I'm kidnapping immediately. When my turn comes around.
That's the one by Briya.
Oh no, I meant damage-wise.
Ignore
So
that.
whichever one Brian hits is the one I'm not kidnapping.
So that was my action, bonus action, and I'm not running away, so... So it's Bria's turn.
Okay, I am going to spit acid vial at this one.
Wait, I also just realized, Luvpsyche, did you never take the feat, your starting feat, or did you take one? I just don't remember what it was.
Nani?
I remember I said everyone gets a starting feat.
What feat did I take anyway?
You took one that had to do with, I remember you telling me what kind you wanted to take. I can't remember what it was. Wait, it was it the telepathy?
Skills X.
It might have been telepathy.
Oh, Skills X. No, I
Wait,
took...
that's my skill expert, yeah. It's
What
a
did I make
expert.
skill expert? What do I have a
Honestly,
skill expert?
I don't know.
Oh, that explains where I have the 6th skill from then. Oh, persuasion I put skill expert on. That's why. Okay.
I really truly do not know.
Yeah, I don't think I can't see a feed in here, so we can work that out after the session and figure out what you want to do for that.
Yeah, I wanted my mushroom to be persuasive. Acid vial probably didn't hit.
Wait,
I
let me
don't think
see.
so.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Fun fact, if you hit the other spider with an advantage.
Well, you want to say that you aimed for the other spider, Briya? The one that's glowing?
I am going to keep that one because I already did it, but I also use I'll also use action surge and hit the other one with a spear. Let's see if this works.
You have advantage, you can roll twice.
Yeah, roll, see if you got a crit.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
10 piercing.
Does a decent chunk. It now appears to be almost bloody.
I can run and not get hit, right?
Yeah. Which one
Wait,
got ignored?
No, you're not high enough level yet. You are only level 3. When you're level 5, you get another hit.
No, I said I can run and not get hit,
no,
right?
you're within. You check to know that you look at the tile next to you and see if they're on the tile next to you, which it is. This is the closest it can get before being on. So yeah, they're in melee range right now.
I have half a second. Okay. That's the end of my turn then.
Okay. Which one didn't get hit?
The one next to Briya.
Oh, I saw that in square
Huh.
mode. This
I'm
one.
gonna have to take an opportunity attack to get there. That's fine.
You could smack the guy and then go smack the. Oh wait. Go smack the
No,
other
it's
one
fine.
maybe.
I got the movement, and hopefully I just won't get hit. So I'll just.
You're still in range.
I'm gonna drag it away.
Oh.
That's his opportunity attack.
Okay, that works.
I mean, he didn't
Yeah,
move
that
out of
hits
the
me.
way yet.
First, I'm gonna grapple the one that I'm
Wait.
trying to get to.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's still in range right now, but when he moves, that's what counts.
Yeah, let's get that. It's plus 2 in ratio, so let's just roll that. Yeah, so you grapple it.
Okay, I still have about 20 feet of movement, so Timmy and I are going somewhere. We're going over here.
Okay, so
Going
you're
on.
going to take 11 piercing and then roll con save.
Ah! Eee!
So that's
So that's-
gonna be 11 piercing and 4 poison, so 15 total damage.
Okay, so I'm already just completely down.
Oh, really?
Did you have dragged it over there? Because you're so
dragged-
far away from us.
It works for me, except I'm unconscious now.
No, yeah, you wouldn't be able to drag it because it would have bit you as soon as you moved, so you're unconscious there.
Canonically, we
Oh,
can't
no.
die yet.
Yeah, you're not gonna die, but
It'll be incredibly frail.
you are gonna regret not upgrading Constitution at all. That's not a very good dumb stat to have.
It works for me sometimes, as long as I just do my job and not get hit. The problem was this was a bad situation.
Let me remind you of the death games.
Yeah, Velox never got hit. Velox killed himself with golf failure.
Do you want
Also,
to use
he wasn't
your,
in combat.
Do you want to use your... Do you have an attack you can use after you grapple? Or do you have to wait till next turn?
The grapple's a bonus action.
Okay, well, I'll let you use your... If you want to, like, do damage to it before... Try to do damage to it before you get knocked out, I'll let you do that if you want.
The time I don't have a healing spell.
Basically, just
Well, at least it's still grappled, so I still have advantage on this attack before I get knocked out.
Yeah. And that hits. Roll damage.
18 damage.
Okay. This one looks bloodied.
That
And-
time
I don't get a second attack because it's not 15 feet away from an ally.
Okay. And that's the end of that.
Yep, then I just pass out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This spider now goes and
Bad.
this spider is going to spend its turn webbing up Toby and Briya.
Oh boy.
You wouldn't have to have healing words, so I could just get back up and start wrecking crap again.
No. I have the only healing thing I have is good berry.
Okay. Do you think you could throw a good berry into my mouth at that distance?
We'll see if I'm not webbed up first. Who's that going towards first?
I will oh wait, that's an attack? Why is it roll? It rolls as an attack? Oh yeah, so I guess it is a single. Oh, it's a single target. It's not creating a web. Never mind. So that is actually going to be aimed at Toby. And
well, that
you,
hits.
You are restrained.
Well, and you also have to roll to see if it recharges.
Oh,
Because it's so.
yeah, it does.
Do me.
This spider is going to just take a bite out of Gilder, and so you have one failed death save.
Ow.
Oh. Can I retroactively
I'm
do
gonna
this?
die.
Can I do this since it's not that far away from him just webbing me? He's still starting. Nope, wrong one. I clicked the wrong one. I thought I clicked Halo Spores. I want to use Halo Spores.
What does that do?
Yeah, just damage him.
Oh, okay. How much damage?
Let's see. Symbiotic entity. I'm looking at the. It's supposed to increase it. Where is the description of it
I mean,
increasing?
technically, you can still do that after it hit you anyway.
Yeah. Reaction. Correct increases it. Or did we change it from when I'm in symbiotic entity?
You can use your reaction to add the symbiotic entity lets you use reaction to add one roll of your Halo Spores die to a con check or saving throw. You should have been using that.
Yeah, I know.
For your con checks and saving throws.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
The symbiotic entity, you can, while you have the use your wild shape to have the symbiotic entity, you can use your reaction to add one roll to Halo Spores. So if you have symbiotic entity on, then con checks you couldn't be making with that bonus.
I really need to read over all the edits we did. Yeah, I forgot about that. But I have to have the symbiotic entity activated. But, okay, so I just do a d4 damage if he fails a con save. Because we're not doing it like the other way where I'm in symbiotic entity. Like the old system was, I think they doubled the damage when you're in symbiotic entity or did they? Nope,
2d4.
there's not. Halo Spores. Deal damage roll twice. Do we still have that? Oh, I do still roll. Okay, when you deal your Halo Spore damage, roll the damage die a second time. So I do add 2d. So it's missed. So it's against. I guess when they save, no damage. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's no damage because he saves.
Yeah, anyway.
But we did keep the double the die when you roll. Okay, so I see it in here.
And Gilder has some of his life force strength in by this spider's jaws. It's now your turn, Toby.
So
You're
essentially,
you're webbed.
I am in the restrain function. So restrain means. Sure, look at the restrained.
Gilder would prefer to die to this than his ex-wife's assassins.
How do you know that these spiders weren't sent by your ex-wife? Oh.
Okay, so I can't move.
Gilder's blood pressure increases as he's unconscious with this realization.
Okay, where's the restraint? Oh, here we go. So I can't move. Attacks are advantage at me. But I can still attack it, so there's not a problem here. Okay, so...
Yeah, Gilder has a great fear of blood-sucking predators, but these giant spiders don't really bother him.
I kind of want to smack the spider that's in front of me.
Can you do that while strained? Is it just disadvantage?
Yeah, it's just I can't move. I just
okay.
can't. I can do attacks, but
Just do whatever
just
you
like...
want to do then.
Yep. Okay. Bonus action, activate my little shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Bonk.
And I go bonk him on the head.
Bad spider. And
What is with my rolls today?
You will die.
You don't. Instead, you actually end up accidentally dropping your staff, which you cannot grab because you're restrained.
I hate my life right now.
Brian,
Same.
it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to do that.
Wait. Retroactively,
What?
throw that back. He's under fairy fire.
Oh,
I have advantage. I roll one more time. There we go.
There you go.
Alright, fine. Do your bonking. You're lucky I'm a nice DM, and so I let you just retroactive things.
Yeah, since it was so close to my turn, it's like, wait, he's under fairy fire.
You can't retroactive all the poison damage. Wait, no, you weren't in your symbiotic entity, were you?
I was.
Oh, you were. Well,
Right
then,
now.
yeah.
Right
well,
now.
if you're in the symbiotic
What?
entity form, then you can just use your if they bite you again, you can just use that ability to make it so you don't take the poison damage or take half.
Right now, yeah. I don't know if he did any damage with his spider shot, but yeah. So I smack him in the head. So here's the shillelagh damage. And then I have poison, or is it necrotic damage? Here we go.
Necrotic.
And then I have a d6 of necrotic.
If the
To attack
necrotic is
this
more
thing.
than 2, then that's what you're aiming for, is to get more than 2.
I got 5. How's
I
that?
worked.
This thing that you bonked, it just gets bonked and then festers with fungus till it dies.
Yes,
It's a fungal bonk.
get venomed. Get venoms bonked. I smack you with a black-looking stick.
Briya, it's your
Why am I hearing M&M?
There's one
What was
more
that?
that's currently biting Gilder.
I use goading attack.
Alright.
And then
I'm pretty sure you can add your superiority. You already died to the damage of a goading attack. Yeah. So that happens. The going attack happens when you do the attack.
fun. Okay, and the spear. Which failed.
Wait a minute.
Does the superiority die go to any aspect?
Hey, if this all
Okay.
happens within 6 seconds, am I still conscious when she makes that attack?
Oh, that's weird. I
Usually
guess
if you go
technically
down,
you might still barely be conscious in this.
Cool. That means I'm still grappling, which means she has advantage. I think. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
how
no, you're still grappled, even though you're unconscious. You're grabbing it with your. Cause you're not. You're
Furious.
kind of like sleep
Yeah.
grabbing it, and then it's biting you. So.
Yeah, that didn't help.
you disappoint me.
Wait, what's the AC? of the spider? No, that doesn't.
Just to
Yeah,
confirm, does the superiority die go to any aspect or just the attack?
It's just damage.
It's just the damage.
Precision
Oh.
attack lets you add the superiority die to the attack roll.
You can use your superiority to attempt to goad a
Do
creature
you have
into
precision
attacking you.
attack?
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna say no.
I think goading attack still applies.
No.
Even if you don't
applies to
attack.
damage. Oh.
No, I meant the
Oh,
effect.
yeah, no, you can still apply the goading. Well, it is technically
Like-
immediately after you hit an attack with a melee attack, but I will let you say that it has disadvantage on attacks against other creatures than you, because even though you missed the attack,
Flat roll against you.
Looking it up.
it technically doesn't let you because it says when you hit an attack, but I'm
Yeah,
fine
when
with
you
that
hit
working,
attack.
though.
Yeah, like that wasn't fully put here. So it's like, yeah, when you hit a creature, it goes.
So it can't attack anyone but you without being at disadvantage right now.
Smack it.
Gilder, do a death save roll.
We're gonna die.
Don't roll a one.
Succeed.
Don't.
One failure, one success.
After being
Yeah.
aimed at and also needing to, because it has going attack, this thing will attempt to attack Briya.
Here's my question: is he dragging Gilder's body with him?
Yeah. And
That should be a reduced movement speed.
I mean, it's only needed to move once, so... Oh, it gets a natural one. So it actually ends up biting itself.
Hold up. That one
Okay, it's
hits.
fighting Gilder again.
Wait, what?
What?
No, it doesn't.
I was like, how bad is your AC? It bites itself as it goes to attack you. Actually, you know what happens is
Actually,
you know
it
what?
bites
No,
itself
instead
and brings
it won't bite itself because I guess that's weird. Instead, the natural one will give you the there's no enemy, so I'll just let you have the ability to attack it as a reaction because it got that one. I think that's a good way to do it. So you can attempt to
Still
attack
get
it again.
advantage from my corpse grappling it. Or dying body. Not corpse yet.
Hey, you could be the corpse bride for your ex-wife.
You've got you're still grappling it until you're dead. I'll just say that.
Nice.
So Briya,
So I
you do
attack him?
you attack with advantage. Because as a
Why is that waking
Come
up?
on!
I'm going to use second wind to save my butt because right now this is not working out right for
Toby,
us.
it's your turn.
Oh. Well, you have to use that on your turn. That was just a free reaction attack. Stuck
Oh,
over
yeah.
here. I'm still webbed.
No one can land anything
You
except
can
for
break
I make it
out. You can break out of it with a strength check.
Yeah. I'll take my action.
Or wait, you
I'll
also
take
have
my
don't you have
action, though.
spells that you can do, or can you not do spells with your restraint?
No, I can do spells. It only reduces my movement. And I have disadvantage on dexterity checks, and people have advantage on attacking me.
Well, yeah. So it's your turn.
So yes, I can try to attack it. I just can't smack it with my stick.
fireball.
I don't have that spell. I don't know if Toby would use fire spells, to be honest.
It's
I think
so much
grabbing
fun.
I just think fireball would be funny in this specific situation.
it would be. You all would die. Anyway,
I
the only
would.
thing I could practically use, which is a range thing, is chill touch. So I'm going to use chill touch.
Chill touch will kill it, I think. I did 20 damage, or 18 damage, and then dropped.
We'll see what happens if it even hits. Smack. Nope.
You have
You're on your
advantage
own.
because Gilder's grappling.
Oh. Okay, I'll take it. Yes, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Right now, without
how
me to
do you want
yeah.
this? What does this look like for a creature to die when you do this? So like
Oh,
spores, or is it what is it?
It's like a sporish, venomous, stretched out looking hand, like a vine like thing that just comes out and then just like a vine tendril looking thing, yeah. Like a spectral tendril that's just all like spory and like you would not expect a cute little mushroom to look this creepy. And it just touches the spider and the spider just starts
The spider says, "You
stiffening
didn't have
up.
my consent to touch me there."
The spider just starts stiffening up because the mushrooms are just starting
It's
to just
sapping.
infect it, and it's just
Sapping the life out of it.
sapping the life and just infecting it and stiffening it up and just hardening. Like
They do the thing that
like
spiders do with their legs when they die, where they curl up and like.
curl up. Yep, and they basically just are covered in mushrooms, like a mushroom corpse, and die.
Luckily, Gilder's unconscious, so he doesn't have to see this trauma.
It's not like you haven't seen it before.
It's traumatizing every
I
time.
know.
Someone get me out of this
You can just
web.
do a strength check to.
I'm a weak mushroom.
Yeah, but it's a low DC.
Okay, strength check. Here we go. Yeah, how low are we talking about?
Not that low, but you can just. But since you're not in combat, you can just keep making a check, and you can just.
I need
I mean, you can
I
role
need to
play
get out of it
being
quick.
in there, but
Briya,
uh,
Briya, get me out. I need to save Gilder.
oh yeah, there's still in turns. Okay, Briya, you
Yes.
can cut him out with your spear if you want.
I do.
Gilder, make another death save.
4.
You are on the brink of death right now.
2 failures.
running.
What's this? I don't have a backup
running.
right now, but I feel like I'm about to need one.
Hey, cut
To be
him
honest,
out. Get him out.
yeah, I'm working on it. I'm doing. I used the spell Good Berry and just shove all the berries into his mouth.
Faster.
Gilder wakes up with the taste of your sword.
gonna die.
Question, Toby, do you think your good berries taste like the Oraporta mushrooms? Or what do you think they taste
Something
like?
that's probably like a fruity mushroom.
Well, that's kind of what
Whatever
Oraporta...
that is.
So Oraporta has a... I actually wrote down the flavor profile of the Oraporta mushroom.
Okay.
It is the wait, like grab that.
If it's a fruity taste, yeah, it looks like the mushroom.
Oh wait, gosh dang it, where did I write down? Oh, so never mind. Oraporta is not the fruity one. Oraporta is the... I wrote down the best tasting mushroom you've ever had. It's rich and smooth with almost a fatty taste. Kind of buttery.
Okay.
With a firm but soft texture.
Okay, if you have a fruity one, whatever a fruity one would taste, that would be the mushroom.
The Oraporta is the main one that is the one that your family grew. A fruity one would just be kind of like, maybe it just kind of tastes like how a piece of you might taste.
Sweet and savory, or sweet and kind, or just a sweet little mushroom. Whatever. Don't read into it. It's not cannibalism. It's not cannibalism.
Oh, that's 10 berries. I bet 10 HP.
Yep, 10 HP.
That's almost full health. Yeah, as soon as Gilder wakes up, he starts chewing on charcoal. Not because he thinks this is poison, but he actually just likes the taste of charcoal at this point. Because of how frequently he chews on charcoal.
We gotta get you off this charcoal diet, dude. You might die from it.
You might be
It's not addicting. It's not
I think
addicting,
it
it
might
neutralizes
be.
poison.
It's not addicting. He says, well, keep.
It's not an addiction.
No, I can quit anytime I
Charcoal
want.
isn't addicting, and it neutralizes poison. I think this is fine.
You do notice that some pieces of these spiders, the carapace look like you could make them into some armor, if you were wanting to.
Actually, no, activated charcoal neutralizes everything. If I eat neutralized charcoal while on medication, that medication gets canceled.
You could basically eat the you could not eat, sorry. You could basically clean up the carapace and just wear this as like armor around your arms and legs, like Briya, if you want to. And then I would give you your the AC bonus accordingly.
Ooh. As long as
guess
y'all
it's
are okay with
What was that?
Google
As
how
long as
much
y'all are
activated
good,
charcoal
yes,
is
yes.
too much.
Yeah, we're good with that. We got like 3 corpses worth.
Plus, you're the one in the most need of armor. It looks like.
I mean, I got like temper HP when I get it up.
This will be medium. I think that we would just be using for this. If you're wearing the spider's the spider's exoskeleton, that will we'll say that can count as scale. No, either. I guess, Briya, how much would you cover? Would you just like put up pieces of it for your arms, or would you like try to makeshift a whole suit of it?
Arms and chest, just enough so that I can actually stay afloat in the air
Yeah.
and it not hinder me.
Okay. What is your I can check. So you have. So that's 5 times.
We are definitely not murder hobos.
That's.
We aren't.
It's not murder if it's just a giant spider. I mean, as much as I like befriending animals when I play my characters, I understand the moral difference.
Are you saying that we don't?
No, I mean,
toxic
no,
level
no,
of activated charcoal.
I'm not saying you don't. You just said something about being murder hobos, and that's why I'm saying no. This isn't. It's not murder hobo to kill giant spiders that attack you.
So we are.
So
the
you
problem.
would be good to I'll just you can just have it count since you said you put it on your chest. I'll just say you get breastplate from this.
Let's see, which is actually pretty good if you have. Yeah, so you have 16 now.
I'll adjust the weight accordingly. So you're able to wear one as a breastplate and armor. It goes on your arms and then one on your chest.
I wonder if we have enough that it could
and
be like.
This since it's made of spider, it actually this breastplate specifically has a it's this breastplate will it won't get stuck to webs. I'm making that up on the spot, but that's its thing. So if you have if you're covered in if a spider tries to cover you with webs while you're wearing this, the web will fall off the part so that you have this armor on.
Cool.
Nice.
And let me adjust the weight.
I saved Gilder's life. I'm happy.
I said in chat, the charcoal cannot kill me. It might give me uncomfortable side effects, but there is no toxic level apparently. I can eat as much as I want.
This is gonna be interesting. He now has a charcoal addiction.
It's not an addiction. He just likes the taste of charcoal. Like my father likes the taste of coffee. He definitely doesn't have a caffeine addiction. That is 5 cups a day.
That might be an addiction.
Wait, that is 16. It's actually
I
rather
know.
lighter compared to normal breastplate, so I'll just say 15.
But I think factually you can't get addicted to charcoal.
You can get addicted to just about anything that you do habitually.
True.
Fair. I meant it's
Anything
it's a non-addictive substance.
Anything can be an addiction.
Toby, do you or Gilder want to get any armor? I mean, this would be medium armor, so.
No, I have my armor.
I mean, I can wear medium, but I don't know if it would cause any problems for me in the long run. The
It
medium
would
armor
cause
can
problems
be,
for me.
I mean, it can be heavy, for me.
It's not. It shouldn't be for you. If you want to, you can get smaller pieces, and it would be count as scale, and it would weigh. Well, actually, yeah, it should only weigh 15. That's how much the one I gave Briya wore. So you can do that the same if you want.
I'm gonna calculate this.
So 15 for you. You're carrying before you start getting encumbered would be 9 times 5. Wait, 9 times 4. Sorry. That's 36. Wait, no. Yeah. So I think I might change that to 5. I think I will.
Let's see, I'm checking all the items I have. And they're not that heavy, but... Oh, you're in my inventory sheet, aren't you?
Yeah. So you'd be able to have the armor, but, yeah, so...
I just have to figure out what I wanted my druid focus to be. I don't know, staff kind of makes sense.
So yeah, you'd be able to carry 445 before you have to
40.
before you get slowed by before you start being slowed by the start taking the 10 movement speed penalty.
We might need to adjust like weights for items a little bit because like plate armor is 65 alone.
Oh yeah, no, the plate armor is adjusted. The armor's weight is adjusted, but to keep in mind, normally good armor has a strength requirement. In variant encumbrance, you take out the strength requirement, you just go based on the weight. And like I said, keep in mind the item weights that variant encumbrance is normally played with is the normal weights, and I actually increased for my system, I actually increased the amount of weight you can carry compared to normal variant encumbrance. So this is actually easier than normal variant encumbrance. But I also made it because obviously I felt like D&D should have always done this, but the armor weights are adjusted based on your size. So for you, that's why for you it's only 15.
So what's the numbers we're calculating again? So it's 5 times what?
Are you talking about for how much you can carry?
For how much I
5
can
times
carry.
your strength.
Oh, that's just normal variant encumbrance then.
Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah. It's for you, it's 5 times your strength. For a medium character, it's 6 times their strength. For a tiny, it's 3 times their strength.
Yeah. Okay.
So for a small character, it's just normal. For 6, you can carry slightly more. For a medium, you can carry slightly more.
Yeah, it's better to be a bigger character. It seems in this system. If you're smaller, tiny, you kind of get the short end of the stick.
But small and tiny get other benefits in this system. I mean,
yeah, like not being the base of Voltron.
Yeah.
I want to be the face of Ultron.
I said base.
Yeah, you're big enough to carry us. Okay, so I mean, I could use a little bit better armor. That's for sure. I mean, okay, I'll give it a shot. It's like I'll just drop the leather then because that's an exchange of just 5 more pounds.
Also,
it's like you're saying it's
shouldn't be weighing a whole 10. It should only be weighing 8.
Okay.
But
yeah, we might need a math like algorithm for like items like to see like to adjust size.
Well,
weights.
all items, unless you explicitly find one that is a different size, items are normal D&D item size. The only thing that I'm adjusting for items is armor weight because, like I said, we're basically just playing with variant encumbrance. But I am adjusting armor weight because.
What about kits though? They can be heavy depending on what you get.
Well, for kits, there might be some aspects that for smaller characters we'll adjust. So, like, that's why I didn't adjust anything for Gilder because he's a medium-sized character. So he's just playing. He's actually getting his is actually better than normal variant encumbrance. But if you had, like, for example, your rations might be smaller, like slightly less weight than his rations because you don't need to eat as much since you're smaller.
Okay.
So that kind
Okay.
of stuff. If you're having trouble managing your weight and I see stuff like that in your inventory that we could make those adjustments to, I will. But weapons, if the weight is adjusted, we'll have the damage dice adjusted too, because if you have a big weapon, it does more damage. That's just how it works. So for a tiny, if you're like a tiny thing and you're wanting to carry a giant weapon, then you have to plan accordingly. You can't just have the weapon. And that's anyway. Yeah.
My stick. Some of the things I just haven't added yet because not everything has a weight. Yeah, how heavy is the herbals kit? Okay. Anyway, I'll grab some. It's not?
No, it's breastplate.
Oh, right, it's breastplate. Duh.
You don't get full plate.
Yeah, I could have just erased or added breastplate to the name instead of you deleting it.
Well, to have it affect your AC properly. Because there's mod code and stuff.
Well, what I could do is just go in here and just do oop.
No, don't. That's annoying to do manually all the time. It's easier just to use the system they have.
I mean, I always do it because it seems that recently they keep messing up the AC for some reason. And just adjust the weight.
Yeah. It's 50.
Which it does. Oh, yeah. You know, some of the leather for some reason when I had it earlier just kept messing up. For some reason it kept marking as 13. I don't know what was supposed to do 13. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, we can move on from this.
It's like the time that 13. Remember the time that 13 kept getting added to? Was that your initiative or was it it was a Texans?
It was mine.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something about the number
Velox
13.
was just that fast.
Anyway, that happens. You both have spider armor.
I'm a little bit tougher mushroom. I'm just imagining a little bit of it's just designed into a samurai hat above my head.
And that's that. And you continue to head back to Luvpsyche.
I'm gonna mark it as spider.
When you get back to Luvpsyche, you do find that job board. And one of the things on there, right now there doesn't seem to be any adventurous things on the list.
Any assassination missions?
No, but there is talk of the League being active again. That's what there is in the town right now.
Gilder obviously checks to make sure he's not on a bounty board.
You don't see yourself. You do see. Actually, would they be on the bounty?
Ooh, we could turn in his bounty and then rescue him.
I'm not in need of money like that.
Neither am I, but it's hey, it's an idea we could do. We could also try to assassinate. We could also make it as a plan, we could assassinate your ex-wife.
Y'all would be even wealthier if at some point you remind Gilder that he has a wallet.
When you go to check the board of who's wanted, there is one on the supposed Lush Slugs Lavender League of Larceny, but there isn't any pictures and there isn't any information, and it doesn't even look like it's an official thing. It more just looks like someone just wrote that and put it on the board. It doesn't really look like it's been professionally done. Though there is a job available, and that's that somebody is needing help with somebody is needing help herding aphids. That they're
What?
bestial aphids, herding D with the D sound, herding. They're a farmer, an aphid farmer needs to herd their aphids. The bestial aphids are kind of like the equivalent of chickens, but also like sheep. They're kind of both. But yeah, that's the only job. Basically herding chickens, but bug version. That's the only job available.
Radiant Quest. Yippee.
Okay.
We could go raid chickens or rescue or herd chickens. Sounds like one.
You look at the board and it says that it's actually just in a field right by the side of town that the farmer has. And you actually know this person, Toby. This is
I know a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, this is the area that you grew up in. So you would know, like, especially being raised by farmers, you'd know the local farmers. You'd probably have gotten eggs from this guy. Your family has probably gotten eggs many times during all of your 60 years of life. And this is Jared, Farmer Jared, and he is a Jared is just is a carabid. That's like the specifically a sun beetle carabid.
Cool.
So, sun beetle carabid named Jared.
Hey Jared, how you doing?
Am I glad to see you back here again? I was worried that something might have hurt you. You've been gone for a bit. I mean, I heard that you came by town earlier a few days ago, but I didn't see you. I didn't catch you.
Oh, I've been traveling, trying to help this fellow with his paranoia problems.
Oh, I know him.
Not unreasonable.
I saw him looking at my wife as if she was gonna kill him. Last time
Completely
I saw
possible.
you here.
This is
my
completely
wife
possible.
is not into murdering folks. Though she might murder me if I don't get these chickens. Get these aphids herded in time for dinner. That's a joke. She would never actually murder me. But she'd be upset. She'd be real cross. So.
Why?
It would be nice if you folks could help a farmer herd his aphids, and I'll even throw in some free eggs. You can go and cook them or make some bake something out of. The job pays. I'll give you 5 gold total. split amongst yourselves.
Sounds good to me. Let's go get those chickens.
You see aphids running amok inside, like throughout the field. The cage that the aphids are from is burst open. There is it's made of twisted dried grass fibers, and it looks like part of it got broke during the flood earlier. And the aphids are just running around all throughout the field. So how you want to deal with that, that's up to you. I mean,
Here's my question: Did we get a short rest or long rest or?
you could have taken a short rest after the spider fight or anytime during that walk. There was nothing that would have happened to stop you from taking a short rest. So if you had wanted to, then we can retroactively. Or you can say that you hung out for a while in town, just relaxing before looking for something to do.
I'm still 2 hit points. I hit.
I'm gonna spend one more. That's way over.
Okay. So says they're about the size of the chickens. Could I theoretically grapple one in each arm?
Yeah, you definitely could. They are small. You could easily get an aphid in it with each arm. You would have to roll to catch.
I'm just gonna start.
You'd have to roll to first off. I will need you to make a acrobatics roll because they jump around like crazy, and before you can even get close enough to try to grapple them.
Okay, so acrobatics, and then another acrobatics roll with advantage to grapple.
Yeah. Okay, so you
Silver is pathetic at everything except grappling.
you struggle to get close enough to one of them. They keep just jumping about. Toby and Briya, how are you handling the situation? We'll just like kind of take turns to see who does the best job.
Are they all in in the same area, like grouped up?
They're in a field. They're throughout the field though, so they're probably all within a probably if you could imagine a block or basically like 1,000 inches, not 1,000 inches, sorry, like 100 inches of each other maybe. But there are some that are grouped together. Not all of them, but you could easily, if you were looking, find like an area that has like 5 of them.
Okay, that might not be worth it then. I'm gonna do this instead. I am going to turn into the equivalent of a sheepdog and try to herd them all together.
Why are you?
Are you going to attack?
Yes.
Oh,
don't want them
that
to.
chicken's gonna die.
But this is farming. We're herding them, are we not?
Mm-hmm.
So
As
usually
they
when you're
say.
herding animals,
I guess non-lethal damage.
Yes.
Non-lethally disintegrate a
Well,
chicken.
first off, Gilder, you have to do an acrobatics check in order to be able to get close enough to one to do something. There are 10 total,
Okay.
by the way.
there are 10 total. I sounded like there's more, but okay.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 10. I said that number. I'll stick to it.
Okay. So I'll try to herd the 10 into a small pocket to make it easier to what am I going to use? The wolf stats, I guess, since that's the closest thing to I guess. So I transform into whatever the equivalent of sheepdog is, but use the wolf stats, and we'll see from there.
I mean, you could be a wolf spider. No, wait, that might be too big.
That might not be. Can I even turn into a spider? I can turn into a giant spider.
Well, you don't need to use the stats of a giant spider, but
Well, I mean, I'm turning into, like, the whole thing of Druid says you turn into the creature and you use their stats.
oh yeah, that's fair. Well, I could make you could just make up a bug that has kind of the stats of a wolf, if you want to.
I mean, there is a giant wolf spider. I could use that. If that's, like, what the bug would be for, like, using to herd, like... What exactly does an aphid look like?
I think.
Yeehaw! Yeah, it's like, we're just using the stats for stuff. But is
I guess
what?
probably feral ant, like a bestial ant, might be used to herd the aphids.
Okay, what would be the equivalent of an ant?
Wolf, like you could just use the stats of a wolf for a
For an ant. Okay, there is actually a
jaws
giant wolf
running.
spider.
I mean, it's basically the type of ant you'd be would basically be a wolf.
Okay, yep, okay. Can't look at everything. What would we do
They're
for a
pack
panther
animals,
then?
yeah. So the
Yeah.
giant bestial ant would be.
Okay, we will try to hurt this thing.
Brian,
So,
if you want to do that acrobatics check to see if you're able to knock out one of them. Yeah, you don't. You try, but your wings are still wet, still slightly recovering from being wet. And you're just not that fast of a walker. Toby, you can use the stats of the we can just call them we'll just call the kind of ant, we'll just say they're shepherd ants or something.
Shepherd ants. So I'm a wolf. I'm like, ow, or what? Click, 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 or pheromones, whatever an ant does. I don't know, pheromone. Maybe it uses pheromones like.
Wait, so do you turn
aphid.
into? I have a question. Do you, when you turn into an animal, does it look like a mushroom version of the animal?
I haven't actually decided on that yet, but it probably looks like a symbiotic-looking thing.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
It's like I'm just like telling the aphids to be like square up, whatever the ants do, and then yeah, they just like run
roll-
around them trying to.
Animal handling. You can
I
do
don't remember,
advantage since you're a shepherd ant.
Okay, advantage. What is animal handling? I need to look at animal handling. That might have been easier if I wasn't the ant. Okay, so that uses.
You can
what
use
does
your
it
normal
use?
animal handling ability since it's a wisdom ability.
Okay, advantage. Okie dokie.
You
Oh
only
yeah,
use
because I
stats
keep my.
of the strength.
Right,
and yeah.
Right, that's how that works. So 17.
Strength.
I'm
and
actually
dex.
pretty good at.
Strength, dex, and con. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the ones that change. I still keep my wisdom, intelligence, and charisma.
With
I rolled a
that, you're
17.
able to herd at least. Are you trying to herd them back into their coop, or are you trying to just get them?
I mean, if I can get them towards the coop, that's even better.
You're
even better.
able to herd just 6 of them right into the coop with that.
Okay,
But
you guys can handle the rest.
The other 4 are being obnoxious.
All right.
Yeah.
Gilder tries again. Hey!
You're able to catch up to 2 of them with 23. And you can grapple both of them.
Grapple check.
You
15
got
for
one
one
of
grapple check, 26 for the other.
You have 2 in your hands right now, and you can just walk back to the coop and put them in.
Which Gilder will do.
Brian, you want to attempt to do something again?
Does that just happen?
What do you mean?
Hey, someone's trying to talk in chat.
What? Who?
Wait, what?
Oh, hi, Hal. Oh, yeah, that's one of True Cross's Sunday school or kids. Hi,
Hmm?
Hallowed Wings. Welcome to our D&D stream. Hope you're doing.
Hello.
Yeah,
We're herding aphids.
yeah, we're
I'm
herding aphids.
pathetic.
I'm an ant herding herding the aphids.
Shepherd
I like
ants is what we're calling it.
I'm a shepherd ant.
Briya, what are you making all the acrobatics checks for?
Mind you, I only hit that once and it sent through that many times.
Well, we'll just say that you
So
just
I'm
spent
going to
that.
restart the page.
We'll just say you just kept trying to chase them until eventually you were able to catch the last 2 with. So basically, you just kept jumping around trying to get them, and then eventually you did manage to get the last 2. I'm not good with money. Honestly, he shouldn't be paying you 5 gold for this, but it's...
It makes sense for a farmer, to be honest. They can't afford it.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, you should probably be paying less because it's like not even a full day's work, and technically, I think 1 gold is like a day's wage or something.
Oh, yeah. 1 sec. Thank you, Hallowed or Hollow.
Get on this line specifically.
Yeah, I made it myself. Anyway, back to the thing. Oh, I can just mute myself. I'm just realizing that.
Are you muting yourself?
For a second.
But yeah, so you managed to get all of them, and you can go to the farmer to collect your paycheck.
Okay, to the farmer we go.
To the farmer we go.
As you approach the farmer, he says, "Were you able to round up all my aphids?" And he looks out and he sees them, and he's like, "All right, thanks. You got that done pretty quick. Have you been using your those abilities that you have with all the fancy nature magic?"
Do you have any charcoal?
I mean, I reckon I do from burning some firewood, if that's what you...
Gilder's going to go over to whatever he thinks is a fire pit, just take some charcoal out.
Alright then, that's fine. Well, so anyway, I got your payment right here. And he hands you a bag with 5 gold pieces. So, would you mind next time you see your folks, tell them that I'm gonna be a little bit short on the eggs, so they might not be able to get as much from me because recently, well, a couple of my aphids got just like stolen right out of my coop. That's not what broke the coop. That was the flood that broke the coop. I don't know who's stealing my aphids. It's might a weird crime, especially to only take the 2. But yeah, just let your folks know that I've been that's why I haven't been able to supply them as much.
Okay, well, we'll do. We'll do.
Gilder walks back, chewing on charcoal for the gold.
Have you come back and had any of this season's Oroporta mushrooms that your parents have been growing? Really good this
Yes,
year.
yes.
The crops.
He pull. He pulls out one. Do you want one?
For free? I should pay you another gold piece. If you hand him the mushroom, he'll hand you another gold piece.
Sure, I'll hand him the mushroom.
These things, the taste, I can't describe. But thank you very kindly. I normally only am able to have a couple of these per season.
I mean, well, yeah, they take a bit to grow, but they're worth it in the end.
Oh yeah, they are. I don't know where your folks got them from, but or how they managed to grow them. I've heard that other people have bought them from your parents to try to grow their spores somewhere else, but no one's had any luck with it. Your parents must have a gold thumb, so to speak.
They're just really good at what they do, bro. Uh,
I bet they're proud of their son learning all these nature magics. I know they like some of that stuff themselves, but
True. True.
well, I guess you best be on your way. If hopefully no more stuff of mine goes missing.
Hopefully. I mean, if you have any more problems, let us know.
I always post them on the job board as soon as I got them. I'm actually fairly well off these days, so I tend to like to relax and let other people do the work. I'm retired. I mean, I still do my farm work generally, but that's about it. I like to relax outside of just taking care of my aphids, and I just have a small garden now. I don't really have the field, as you can see. It's kind of gone awry with weeds and whatnot. I haven't really been caring to take care of it. I've already made my money off it. However, if you ever had something you wanted to plant, feel free to use my field. I'm not using it anymore.
Maybe we could add some more mushrooms.
You're not gonna be able to grow them or porta mushrooms in your parents. They must have done a lot of work finding the perfect environment to grow them, because I don't think I've ever seen them growing outside your parents' burrow. But I mean, there might be some kinds of fungus you could grow here if you get the weeds out of the way.
Yeah, we should give it a try sometime.
Just make sure to maybe every now and then let me have a little bit of your crops that you grow, because it is my field, but I'm not using it, so.
That seems fair. Hey, do you guys want to start getting some crops growing? Want to do an honest day's work, my friends?
Gilder does not respond and just continues chewing on charcoal.
You know,
Okay.
in fact, if you're really wanting to do the work, I do actually have some seeds. It's just for a small type of small grass that has these seeds you can crush to make some bread with, or other delightful little goodies. My wife sometimes makes these things she calls cookies. They are good, using nectar and also the eggs of our aphids out there.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay, out of character question. Would I have some seeds of these like mushrooms?
You have the mushrooms themselves, but uh,
I wonder if you could plant yourself, since you are a mushroom that gives off spores.
Toby has not reached maturity yet,
Hmm.
so he can't technically drop spores yet because that's basically how he decided that myconids work, is they are able to drop spores once they reach maturity.
Oh, if only I knew the clone spell. I just plant a bit of me and then have it grow underground, and then if I die, I come back.
I mean, a clone isn't really you. It's more like a child that shares your DNA.
It's called, well, the spell is called cloned. So you basically make a duplicate of yourself and your soul goes into that body. Basically.
Huh. Strange. Um,
It's necromantic for a reason.
Just plant non-sentient is what I was thinking about. Then he copy himself and grow spores that are just not sentient and effectively eat himself.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Cannibalism.
well,
Okay.
Toby, you do have those. I mean, Toby does have those spores he can drop that can like give him like environmental awareness of
One
that
moment.
area.
I don't think I have that one yet. I didn't even know that was an option.
No, it's remember it's how I changed your spores ability, the Halo spores. You can also, as an action, release spores for your fungus anywhere and attempt to grow your fungus. You can receive simple signals from your fungus in a range of up to 100 times your druid level.
Oh yeah, but I'm not high enough level to do that yet, I think.
Oh, that's just a Halo spores.
Let me take a look see. I forgot what it does.
We just add that. It's basically the same thing that you will be using for like the zombie later, but for right now it's just a fungus you can spread around to.
Fungus, you can receive simple signal. Your funguses. So wait, I can grow more funguses?
Yeah, but it's this isn't the Aura Porta, or it's not myconid. It's basically like your magical spores.
Ooh.
Your symbiote
Just...
spores, basically.
Uh-huh. Okay, so action signals. Tablet can communicate with any fungus you have. With... to the things I've been giving out. Basically.
Creepy.
Do I hear them scream every time they get eaten?
They aren't sentient.
I'm back.
There's signals from
Welcome
your
back.
funguses. I mean, it doesn't specifically say like sentient. It just says funguses.
Yeah, it's not a sentient fungus. It's basically like just kind of your whatever your basically it's your spore druid fungus, not your myconid fungus. Which
Okay.
I assume is basically your symbiote. What that is.
Okay. Cool. I can't really talk to anyone right now. There's no signals. But yeah, let's go plant mushrooms in that field. Let's have fun.
I've never planted a mushroom in a field, but okay.
We have to dig some holes and make like a more dark, mildewy
So
area.
this is going to be released by your. So these spores are not released by you. They're released by like your symbiote, basically.
Mm-hmm. Let's make food.
I think
So
I'm good on food.
this is the fruity tasting fungus, basically, right?
At least for the good berry spell. For other stuff, it could be anything.
Oh, so you have like so you'd say you have some control over like the taste of the mushrooms when you like use your symbiote to make them.
I mean, it is my magic, so yeah, I would
yeah,
have
that makes sense.
some form of control. So it's like I could turn mushroom. I can make the good berry mushrooms taste fruity. I can make something taste poisonous, stuff like that. Yep, basically.
Can I get a shovel?
Does anyone have
I
do I? I gotta check my pack.
I am worried about what Sai might do with a shovel.
We're
She's
planting
definitely.
stuff. It has to go in the ground, yes.
You definitely are not going to. Well, they do say.
Fair, I
They
just
do
always
say.
suspect you're going to do something malicious when asking for an
Yeah.
item.
They do say bodies make good nutrients for plants.
Especially fungus. Especially insects. But
We could turn Gilder into fertilizer.
You can try.
I mean, you're not that hard to knock down.
I know.
no
Uh,
team killing.
You should be more concerned about how you will feel after assaulting Gilder, who finally trusts you.
No, this is all out of character, by the way, but
Oh,
yeah. I don't have a shovel.
He would offer. You'd have access to all his farm tools. He'd be fine with that.
Cool.
He does use field.
We will dig down, making I don't know how to do mushroom farming. I'm just making it up as I go along. So it's like we're gonna dig down, dig like little crevices or like little like cave like structures, so the mushrooms can grow in dark, damp places. And yeah. This may take some time, but hey, we have a year.
You don't even have to roll for it. You're very well with. You very much know how to grow mushrooms. You helped your parents on the farm, and part of it also like the symbiote, the fungal symbiote, seems to also like help you with growing these symbiote spores, and you feel like you have the ability to kind of. Decide what using your fungal symbiote to kind of will what you want them to taste like when they grow, and
Weird.
One moment, I've been offered food. I will return in a minute.
You're able to plant
Come
them,
back, we're growing food.
and you can imagine that you imagine that after I don't know a random amount of time, maybe a year, you could come back here and they'd be fully grown.
Why does this feel like I am the main character? You guys need to interact more.
Yeah, you have more stuff going on that you can do stuff with, and also the Briya and Might E were added in later, so there was less to like do stuff
Yes.
with
Plus.
them at first because I had to kind of adjust the story.
Cool.
Did you see my rolls?
Oh,
What'd you
I've
roll?
almost failed practically every roll that I've done tonight.
Yeah.
Same. That technicality saved me. Like I would have shillelagh'd nothing.
See, not even the technicalities saved my rolls.
And yeah, so you make
No, I mean,
nice.
Roleplay wise, you guys need to do stuff.
You could probably, in fact, Toby, you feel like with your symbiote, you could these spores that you're kind of your fungal symbiote's kind of manifesting, like each specific one, you could probably give it a slightly different flavor profile. You can't you don't know exactly what it's gonna taste like, but you can kind of imagine like what you're kind of wanting to make and kind of use your fungal symbiote to try to make that for each one. So if you wanted to try to make you don't know how successful. You haven't actually. I don't know if you've actually ever done this before with your fungal symbiote in your
I don't know.
your time, but you might have like tried placing one once. It's um, but you don't know how this is actually going to turn out, but you do whatever you will for them to try to be like. You can let me know, I guess, like for like if you're trying to make them different or if you're trying to make them all taste the same. What
I
you're
mean,
trying to
one
have.
thought, right? Probably different varieties. Right now, one thought is like making one that tastes like smoky Gouda
Yeah,
or
so
something
you
like
can
that.
put that just write if you want to just write down what you are intending for them to taste like, and
I'll have to come up with more ideas later, but yeah.
then
Banana.
over the course of the year those will grow, and then if you guys come back sometime in the current time of this session of this campaign, you can see the fungus that he grew, and see what happened to it, and how it's.
We are fungus.
I'm
We
back.
are mushroom. Yes, I made a smoky Gouda flavor for one of them.
Hmm.
The rest I'm gonna figure out on it as I think about it later. Maybe one's
Banana.
used for an herb. Maybe one's used for an herbal tea or something. Yeah, that's gonna be one of them. Banana?
With
I don't
that,
even know if a mushroom
the
could taste like banana.
the farmer does kind of look at from the house with a bit of pride in seeing you. He can't say that he's watched you grow up because he hasn't been around for the whole time that you've been growing up. But
I'm probably older than him.
yeah, well, no, you're not older. He is very up in his age. He's probably around like 80.
Oh, I'm younger than him.
So you're
We're
a
like
little bit younger
old
than him, but
friends.
he would have been basically a young kid for most like he would have been carabids their lifespan is 100 to 130 years, so basically like 1.25 times average humanoid lifespan. So for most of his life, he wouldn't have like been like an adult, so he wouldn't have necessarily watched you grow up, but he kind of watched you grow up, and so he still has a sense of like kind of from all the times he's seen you at like farmers meets and stuff, kind of a bit of a uncle like oh yes, young this kid that I kind of watched grow up is now doing what his parents did, and what I did, which is growing plants, more fungus. And that's just what happens. There is more things in town. If you wanted to go back to the center of town, you could look around and see what there's to do, or you could go visit your parents. I mean,
Let's go shoot some monkeys.
Exactly.
whatever you want to do, we should leave it at a point that's kind of like not that's kind of a good point to end it. Actually, you know what actually happened? We're gonna wrap things up. So instead, you do go back into town, and you notice that that the board that had that had all the wanted stuff, that the note that talked about the Lavender League of Larceny, the note itself has been stolen by somebody. The poster has been stolen.
Let's go hunt down this guy and make him return the poster.
And
What one poster was taken down?
with that, we're actually going to end the session here.
Cool. We are farmers. Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
And to pray out, I will go ahead and get that. I will turn the recording back on because I think that this should be in the video. Dear God, thank you for this session. Thank you for bugs. Thank you for friendship. And thank you for Jesus. We hope that these sessions and games can be fruitful for us and for any who might be watching us down the line. And we love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, now we'll outro. I'll be right back.